Yo, how you guys doing? What's going on? How is everybody's night? What is going on out there in the land of YouTube? I'm just taking a look at a few different things here that I'm going to show you guys today. Today is Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023. This channel is called Delete Laws. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I'm a constitutional law scholar. 2 years ago or so, I decided that I was going to put myself in front of the camera and start teaching the things that I know about constitutional law. And I'm autodidactic. Everything that I've really learned. I mean, I did go to school for 5 years, even though I did not get a college degree. I just learned everything after they no-knock raided me. Those jackboot thug pigs. What's going on, everybody? Do me a favor, everybody hit the like button. I got Special Ed Andrew in here. What's going on, Special Ed Andrew? See if I can get some air. Let me know if this kills you, this fan. It's just hot where I'm at right now. What is going on? What is going on? How is everybody? So I did something today. I went down because I was tired of showing you guys. That fan kills me. Just kills me. There we go. Is that a little bit better? Is that fan okay? So everybody, do me a favor, hit the like button. Take your finger and push the like button just real fast. It'll only take you 1 second just to hit the like button. It just takes a second. It takes literally 1 second, and it means a lot. It's the thumbs up thing down there at the bottom. You just tap that bad chicken. And then if you would please put into the comment section OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio, or you could put JBTP, Jack Boot Thug Pig, because that's 90% of the cops are Jack Boot Thug Piggies. Piggies extraordinaire, to be honest with you. They're gigantic pigs. They're such big pigs. They're huge pigs. And it's ruining everything. It's ruining absolutely everything. So I went down today, and I know how I would show you the examples. And now I'm showing you the samples like this. Proof of insurance, your ID, front and back of your ID, your registration, your current legal registration. You see that? So obviously this is a fake ID that has a picture of Brad Pitt that I got in California. And but you want to have your, and by the way, this took about with buying the fake ID and then printing these up, doing this from top to bottom took 28 minutes. I know because I put the quarters in the meter and I wanted to make sure I was going to be okay. 28 minutes to get this whole thing done. 28 minutes. So if you don't have your registration, driver's license, proof of insurance on a laminated card, I cannot help but ask you, how come you don't? Why don't you? How come you don't? Why don't you have yourself set up for success? Why don't you have this done? How come? If you have this done, I'm so proud of you. It's worth $10 if I see it inside of my trifold. If you bought a trifold from me, an indestructible trifold for $30, and you send me a picture of your license, registration, proof of insurance with your laminated, that's worth $10. What's up, Playboy? That's worth $10. I put a video out saying it's worth $10. You can get this on deletelaws.com. This one is the $9 one that I printed out. You see how frayed it gets? I've had this one for a few months now. You can see it's starting to break down a little bit, whereas on the indestructible paper, it doesn't break down. By the way, that's not laminated. It's just really resistant paper. You know, I don't laminate the paper. You can't see it. It ends up looking like this. You get the refraction on it. You can laminate it if you want to make it last forever, but I like it like this. And then you can fold this one up into threes and you can put it in your wallet. So it's like a little tiny thing, and that way you can invoke your Fifth Amendment right immediately. You don't want to talk to piggies. Who wants to talk to a pig? Put a 1 in the chat if you do not want to talk to pigs. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to talk to piggies. I'm just wondering, how many people do not want to interact with pigs? Let me look at my phone so I can see some of the comments here. I just want to see some of the comments, and I can see them better if I have my phone open here. So, you know, the title of this video is Cops Are Getting Away with It. They absolutely are getting away with it. They're getting away with crimes. They're getting away with crimes against us. We've given these jackboot thug pigs such immunity and such longitude and latitude to do whatever they want to do with us. It is horrible. And I see video after video where the cops are getting away with it. Oh, they lose their job, or they don't get to be a piggy anymore. But they're getting away with murder. They're getting away with hurting, raping, killing, beating, wrongfully prosecuting, persecuting. It's horrifically bad. We're seeing it. We are seeing it. We are all watching it. And you all are so in tune with what's going on. You know, that, you know, the Northmen of the rich men of North Richmond, right? The guy who sings the song takes a shot at overweight people, which isn't real cool. But at the same time, he has only 2 choruses in the whole thing, and one of them is taking a shot at overweight people. And then the other part of it is that, you know, they don't think that you know what's going on, but you do know what's going on. You know you're being subjected to absolute dog poo. Yo, Special Ed Andrew, you going on a ride along, bro? You going on a ride along? You going on a ride along, my friend? Especially Andrew said he wants to go on a ride along with Megan Hall. I don't know who Megan Hall is. Someone has to refresh me. Is this a piggy? Some piggy who got on there? Jack Boot Thug Pig coming up right there. There's a Jack Boot Thug Piggy. So I want to open with this video today. This is, God, when I see this stuff, right? If there were good people in the Death Star organization that calls themselves law enforcers, that we call peace officers, that when I'm governor, there will be the term law enforcement will be banned. They will not wear those jackboot G.I. Joe loser outfits. They will not carry those guns. They will not. No, I'll change it all from the top down. And you know I can. When you're the executive, boy, you have immense power. You have unbelievable power. I was thinking about the name of my book today, and it all has to center around getting to that executive level. You know, I'm a peon. If you're watching this, it's likely you're a peon too, because they don't care about you. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how much clout you think you have. The government will roll right over you if you get in the way of the powers that be. That's why we have to create a huge group of us. You just saw that the Trumpster got charged, and then they charged like 20 people with him. I mean, the government is this giant, horrifically bad machine. It's bad. I hate to say it. I was never this way when I was young. I thought, man, you know, I think the government's good, and there's good people in there, and they want to help, and there's an overall good idea, and there's good people. You know, a friend of mine who is in the legal department, he tells me, he says, Chille, there are good men and women in the Justice Department. Where are they? Where are they? I have shown them that cops are raping high school girls. Jonathan Spuljarek is free. If the Justice Department did a 10-second investigation into Jonathan Spuljarek, they could arrest him for being a pederast. They could arrest his ass. Jonathan Spuljarek, I don't know how you're walking around free, bro. I've got the evidence against you. The Justice Department just needs to call me. I'll give you the evidence against this guy. He's a rapist. He raped high school girls. At least 1, 2 that I know of. Why is he walking around free? I've exposed it. I've shown it. So my friend who works in the legal department, he said to me last, I guess it was about 4 or 5 months ago, he said, Chille, listen, the Justice Department is watching what you're doing, and they're following you, and they're going and arresting bad cops. And I'm like, well, where's that happening at? Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? Where's that happening at? Because I've exposed that Spuljarek is a spooge. What was his super Snapchat name where he was Snapchatting the high school girls? What was that? J-Bug 8376. What was his? Anybody remember Jonathan Spuljarek's Snapchat? He had a Snapchat so he could Snapchat the high school girls. And he may have even been Snapchatting the junior high school girls and grooming them to when they got in high school. I don't know. Jonathan, I would love to know. Would you do an interview with me? Can we talk about your grooming and then your statutory rape? Can we talk about that? I mean, because that's what you did. And I can prove it. I've got proof of it. And if the Justice Department calls me Jonathan Spuljarek, you're going to prison, bro. Because I have the proof. I still have it. I have the proof that you are a patterass. Huh? You are a patterass, my friend. You find treasure in 13, 14-year-old girls, bro. Something's wrong with you, dude. You're mental. You're absolutely mental. You are absolutely mental, bro. You are the worst of people. You are the danger. You are the fear. You are the thief in the night. Oh, we're going to watch this one too. I'm not going to close that thread. Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. So do you guys want to learn something, or do you want me to show you a cop video? Because there's two options here. There's two options. I watched this Chat GPT video that was sent to me from one of the guys on Team DLZ. Incredible. This Chat GPT video that I can show you, it has changed the way that I do things. It's really cool. The prompt engineering is what it's called, and it is so damn good. You have no idea until you see it. And when you see it, you're going to be like, holy smokes. He told me, you know what? I'll tell you what, at the end of this, if you guys want to talk about the Chat GPT video, then we will get into that. But we're going to open. I'm not even subscribed. Got 221,000 views on it. Pardon me. It's 2 weeks old. And this shows what happens if you start talking to cops. If I see another video where someone wants to have a back and forth with a pig about why'd you pull me over? Why'd you pull me over? Why do you care? Who gives a damn? Who gives a rat's ass why this jackboot thug? Who cares why he pulled you over? Who gives a why he pulled you over? It does not matter. And once again, you're going to see this man, and he's a black guy, and he starts off with, why'd you pull me over? Oh, I don't think you had a reason to pull me over. How come you pull? It starts with that. And then you get into this thing with the copper. And now he says, you're not cooperating. Can you step out of the car? And when you step out of the car for his safety, Terry versus Ohio, he's got the right to put torture cuffs on you. Because you asked, why'd you pull me over? Why do you care? What does it matter? You think you asking him why he pulled you over is going to be the difference in your stop? You think that's going to be the difference? I could tell you what's likely going to happen to you. You're going to get taken out of the car and they're going to put you in torture cuffs. I can tell you that's probably going to happen. If you start, well, why'd you pull me over? Oh, no, I need to know why you pulled me. You got to tell me why you pulled me over. How come you pulled me over? What do you care? What do you care? What does it matter to you? This jackboot thug pig is allowed to pull you over for no reason. The Supreme Court gives him caveat after caveat. Oh, well, I thought the taillight was out. Well, you know, he made an error. Cops are allowed to make errors. I pulled him over and I thought this. I was incorrect, though. Oh, that's okay, though. But you still have to do what you have to do, which give him your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance that you have ready to go. Registration, proof of insurance, front of driver's license, back of driver's license. You have it ready to go on a card. No back and forth, no talk, no nothing. Because as soon as this jackboot thug pig gets this, he then gets this. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And how am I going to do that? I'm showing the camera. I invoke my fifth, showing you, pig. I might even say that too. Showing you, pig. Because it doesn't matter why he pulled you over. It matters that you don't get into an argument with the guy with the gun that you're not allowed to fight. Listen, I'm the first to tell you, I'm past my prime. I'm no longer in my 20s or early 30s. I'm no longer the physical man that I was when I was 28. But I'm still pretty freaking tough. I still got one good fight in me. I feel bad for the mofo who steps up and doesn't realize this dude has a lot of skills. And it might hurt him to apply them, but he's going to bounce me off the concrete. When the cop comes up, though, and says, let me see your license and registration, even if he's wrong, I can't bounce him off the concrete. If I do, I'm going to go to prison for years, for decades. You could maybe get out of it if it's on camera, but this is how you do it. So let's watch this guy. Let's watch this guy completely and royally F it up. I mean, he could not, you be the judge. You tell me if you think he effed it up, or you tell me if you think that he did it okay. Just wondering. Let me see what it's called. It's called White Police Unlawfully Stop Black Man. To my black friends out there, the laws were created for you. The laws were made for you, baby. You got black skin? Laws were made for you. Gun laws were made for you. Drug laws were made for you. Even heightened drug laws. If you do crack, it's way worse than cocaine. Gang laws were made for you. RICO laws were made for you. Segregation was made for you. Redlining of properties, made for blacks. All that's true. But the title of this video, White Police Unlawfully Stop Black Man. White police are unlawfully stopping everybody. Police are unlawfully stopping every single person in America. They're unlawfully stopping all of us based on they're saying, oh, it's a code infraction. What the fuck are you talking about? So then the code infraction then means I'm scared for my life and it's about officer safety. They're scared. They're scared. They're scared of you. You're a bad man. They're scared of you. They're terrified of you. So check this out. Let me zoom in on this bad chicken so you guys can see what the name of the channel. The channel is called Come Make Me Laugh. Come make we whatever. It's right here. I subscribed. I hit the like button. And now what I'm going to do on every video, just like you should always do, drop in a comment for the algo, baby. I'm just dropping that for him right there. Boom. All right. Now, here it is. This is a 13-minute long video. We're going to get into this. Let's check this bad chicken out and see exactly why I disagree with what this guy did and what you could do better.
Say that one more time.
Yeah. You didn't use your blinker.
Okay. And I purposely loot.
So cops are pulling over everybody with the same lie. You didn't use your blinker. You were following too close. Your headlight went off and came back on.
I purposely used it because I know that you were going to.
And then you also can't have this.
And I can't have a tiny tree obstructing my view. Can you get your supervisor here, please?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see it? Look at the look on his.
Have to be
when you challenge his.
And I can't have a tiny tree obstructing my view. Can you get your supervisor here, please?
As soon as he says, can you get your supervisor here? Look at this jackboot thug pig. Put it in the comments, JBTP. Look at him when they say you got to bring your uncle around here. You got to bring your supervisor around here. You got to bring your daddy.
He doesn't have to be.
Can you please get your supervisor here?
Can you get the registration proof of insurance?
Yes, I can. Can you please call your supervisor here?
So let's get the proof of insurance.
Can you please call your supervisor here?
I don't have to call my supervisor.
Why not? Because I feel it is an unlawful stop because.
And right there, it's okay. Let's go here.
Can you please get your supervisor here?
Can you get the registration proof of insurance?
Yes, I can. Can you please call your.
Okay, now it becomes, excuse me, it becomes a who's got the bigger muscles contest. You're going to get your registration, your proof of insurance. I'm not going to get my registration proof of insurance. You're going to get your registration proof of insurance. I'm not going to get my registration proof of insurance. He's got a gun. He's allowed to punch me. If I punch him back, it's a felony attacking a cop. He's allowed to punch me in the face. He's allowed to order me out of the car. The Supreme Court has given our rights to pigs. That is not your job. It is not your job. This is not your freaking job. It's my job. Your job is to live through this and send me the video. You keep doing what you're doing at work. I can't do what you do. I can't be the father and the mother you are. I don't have any children. I can't offer my children a stable home night in and night out because you're there and you're not in jail. I can't offer my children the stability that you can because you don't put yourself in the place where you're going to go to the dungeon. I can't do what you do at Collier's. I can't do what you do at Home Depot. I can't do what you do as an electrician. I can't do what you do as a janitor. I can't do your job. My job is to take on these jackboot thug pigs. Your job is to have your license, registration, and proof of insurance ready to go in a laminated card for him when he gets there, and to invoke your Fifth Amendment right the moment he interacts with you and never engage with him. I want to just rip my own face off and throw the bloody cheeks and be like, do you see now how serious I am? This is what I do for a living. I sell this and I give it away for free anyway. That's how freaking passionate I am about it. For you to use it. I give it away for nothing. Takes my time to sit and send out free freaking trifolds. So you don't say, no, I don't think it's a lawful stop. To a guy who's got a gun that can order you out, that can kill you, and you can't fight back. That's what I'm talking about. If the rules were different, if I could throw a flying elbow at this guy, then you know what? I'll argue with him. But my flying elbow ends up me 20 years in prison, bruh. Your job is to survive the stop. Your job's not to have it back and forth.
Your supervisor here?
So let's get the proof of insurance.
Can you please call your supervisor here?
I don't have to call my supervisor.
He's right.
Why not? Because this is I feel it is an unlawful stop.
Don't care how you
have
feel.
No reason. I purposely put on my blinker to turn down this street because I knew that you were going to follow me on this street.
I don't care.
As soon as I turned on this street, that's when you put your lights on.
You knew I was going to follow you on this
Yes,
street.
I knew you was because you were following me for a while.
Like I said, there's a school up there that I have to go check.
All right.
Which is why I came down this route.
Can you please call your supervisor?
All right. You give me the documents. I'll ask my supervisor if he wants to come out. All right.
If he wants to come out, can you please call your supervisor? I will get you my documents.
Okay. You were all right.
And it's a company vehicle.
Okay. Well, company you work for.
Can you please get your supervisor? I answer all your
Look
questions,
at that.
but you don't want to answer
Look at
my
that.
questions.
He had it right there. He had it right there. Everything I'm asking you to do,
Get your
he's
supervisor.
got it right there. He's got it ready to go. All he needs is his license and that slip in his visor, and he never has to reach down. I'm not sure if you guys can see the color of that skin right there. The color of that skin right there. For my black friends who are both right and wrong, you're right. They're targeting you because you're black. You're wrong. They're not targeting you because you're black. They're targeting everybody. But you're right because they target you more. You see the color of his hand right there? What are you having a back and forth for? Haven't you seen the media? They're killing your black ass. They're killing you, dude. And unless it's on video, and unless the chief, who never does it, once a blue moon turns against the thug, you're dead, bro. You're a hashtag. I knew my friend Michael, hashtag Michael Johnson, dead. He's got it ready to go. What are you arguing with him for? Take your ticket. Go to court. Live through the stop.
I answer all your questions, but you don't want to answer my questions.
I answered your questions. Of course I've been answering your questions. I'm just making small conversation. That's it. That's all.
I don't want to have that conversation.
197-180. Available for that.
And can I get your name and badge number?
Yeah, my name is Patrolman Kevin Arender. Badge number 197.
All right, thank
Yep. Gamble off 18,000. So
I didn't use my blinker. I purposefully put on the blinker and turned because I knew you were going to follow me. I knew you were. It's all right. We deal with this every day. Wasn't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah, he's right. We do deal with this every day. Cops are targeting us every single day. Did you read Lenny's comment? You see Lenny's comment right here? They don't like me. They beat the F out of me every time I say anything. Lenny's an older white dude with a big handlebar mustache. The laws were created for blacks. They're used on all of us. They target blacks more. They target white people too, and black and purple people, and brown people, and yellow people, and orange people.
Exactly.
Stand by. All right, let me go check this out. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Come on, bro.
No, actually, you come on, bruh. Look how you look. You look like a hashtag, bro. Why are you arguing with him about what you did or didn't do?
Can't use my blinker.
Does he not look like a hashtag? Does he not? Isn't that how it's going? Isn't it?
Are you crazy? Obstruction?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So in every single city, every single borough, district, and county, they all have this exact same law. You have to go to your city council and get it removed.
Obstruction? Are you crazy? Obstruction? Look at that. What is it obstructing? You can't. Looking at the tree, looking at my view. Looking at the tree, looking at the view. Come on now. He has no reason to pull me over at all.
You're right.
He's been following me since I turned out of ShopRite. And I saw him coming past me. I know that he made a U-turn because as soon as I passed the light coming out of ShopRite, I see him coming around trailing me. And I know, and I've been looking at my rear view, and I know that he's been following me for a while, trying to see if this is a stolen car, trying to find out all the information he could, but he can't.
No. He's not trying to see if it's a stolen car, brother. He's trying to pull you over, kidnap you, arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. He's not trying to see if it's stolen. He doesn't care. If it's stolen, great. He may get to shoot a black guy or a white guy. He would shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? You resisted. But he's not trying to see if your car is stolen. He's trying to arrest you and take your car, hoping that they can take it under criminal asset or civil asset forfeiture.
This is a company vehicle, so it's not stolen, not anything.
Oh, I believe you.
He didn't even want to tell me the reason why he pulled me over when he first came up here, talking about, can I have your license and registration? And I asked, can you tell me the reason you pulled me over for? Yeah, I'll tell you once I get your information.
Because you're black.
All right, my name is Alex Harbor. Can I see an ID? I pull up a picture. Why don't you have your wallet? Like, bruh, the fuck? Because I don't have it. The fuck are you pulling me over for? And he's going to try to say something about my life, but that's not the reason why he pulled me over. And I know he is. Watch. Accidentally swiped out of the camera, so it stopped recording. So now we're back recording. I'm just going to sit here and wait for the supervisor. And I hope that's not a supervisor in a
Put a 1 in the chat
car.
if you think the
Looks
supervisor
unmarked. I can't tell if that's a police car or not.
is just going to back up the pig. The supervisor is just going to back the pig up. Put a 1 in the chat if you think that the supervisor is going to come there and justify everything that's happening.
Every time I asked for a supervisor, he said, "Oh, he doesn't have to be here. He doesn't have to come out here. Let me see if he wants to come out. Like, let you see if he wants to come out, man. Call your supervisor. I know that y'all can do that. Tell him that you just made an unlawful stop."
No, bro, the supervisor's on his side. The supervisor's on his side 100%. It doesn't matter if it's an unlawful stop. In a Supreme Court case, they determine that cops can pull you over wrongly, incorrectly, and it's still justified that you have to give him all of your information.
And the reason he pulled me over is because I just made a turn that he says I didn't use my blinker when I purposefully used my blinker. He just didn't see it because he was trying to run every single thing that he could about this car. Get the fuck out of here. At work, trying to get to my next stop, but this guy. I have money to be making right now, but this guy. I'm a black man driving in a white neighborhood, peacefully. No music, no nothing. But this guy.
Let's talk about that for just 1 second. Why does it matter what kind of music you're playing? Why does it matter if you're playing music at all? We've created all these laws for people's sensitivities. And the truth is while loud music's annoying for a couple seconds, it shouldn't be a crime. I don't like trap music. I'm on the record. I don't like death metal either. Someone goes by and a song, I hate you, I wish you were dead, I hate you. And I can hear it, and it's rah, 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 and this screechy music. Okay, it's going to pass, though. and I'm in the middle of filming and it's messing up my filming. Okay, it's going to pass though. It's just we've created all these laws. I wonder if the music, because I've researched so many origins of law, that I wonder if the crimes they created for you playing music too loud, I wonder if they were created for blacks. Just, it's a fair question when 90% of our laws were created for blacks.
You know, we're usually nervous, usually shaking a little bit, usually something. But this stop, I'm actually not happy, but I'm pretty secure in my skin because I know that he pulled me over for no reason, and it's pretty unlawful. He saw a black guy with dreads, so I'm gonna pull him over.
I mean, that you know what? I agree. That's probably true. He did pull you over because you're black. I'll give you that 100%. But just so you know, he'll pull over anybody, bro. And granted, yeah, I do think that I mean, let me just take a vote here of people in the room. How many people think that they saw this dude who looks like a hashtag, looks like every black hashtag guy I've ever seen? The majority of black guys I see who get mowed down by cops look similar to his look. So put a 1 in the chat if you think that they pulled him over because he's black. Just be honest. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't think it's because he's black. I'm going to go with 1 on this one. I'm going to go with 1. I think they did pull him over because he's black. I know my black people, and I know the struggle they've been through, and they pulled him over because he's black. I think that most people in here think they pulled him over because he's black. On the other flip side of the coin, though, do you believe that they'll pull over anybody if they get an opportunity to pull you over? There's going to be 1,000 ones in the chat again. So most people think you're right, bro. Most people think that you got pulled over because you're black.
Fuck out of here. I have a school to go to. Nigga. I have a school to go to. You ain't got no fucking school to go to, brother. Now, let's see if your supervisor confirms that you have a school to go to.
The cop said he has a school to go to. If he has a school to go to and he's there to protect the children, then who cares about someone who has an air freshener? Go protect the children. Well, Pete, if you're not blue,
that better be a supervisor too. It better be a supervisor too, because I know he probably just called one of his fucking buddies.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me. I hate to stop this so many times, but let me just help you real quick. Didn't matter if you called for a supervisor or not. That didn't matter if you called for a supervisor. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree with me. What you called a bigger jackboot thug pig to the scene. If you agree with me, put a 1 in the chat. He called a bigger. You didn't want to give him your information. He's going to tell the other copper who, remember, we've all seen it. It's like, gotta get my fix. Come on, shoot me up. I gotta get it. I need your ID, man. I need your ID, baby. I need it. I need your ID. I need to identify you. I need you in the database. What for? For the NSA. So he didn't want to give him his information. When the older, senior, more experienced jackboot thug pig comes there, what do you think's going to happen? 1 in the chat's getting a little old. Just tell me what you think's going to happen when the supervisor actually steps onto the scene.
Same car.
I hurt my arm. That's ow. Smacked too hard.
He didn't make an unlawful stop though. Dude stops in the middle of the street. No unlawful stop. No unlawful parking.
So this is the other big problem we have. The cops are just parking wherever they want.
He didn't make an unlawful stop though. Dude stops in the middle of the street.
Look, the cops just stop wherever they want. It's just preposterous. We want the least amount of intrusion by you guys as possible. We don't want the scene you create. People who get pulled over don't want the scene you create.
No unlawful stop? No unlawful parking? What? He's the mailman, so he can park in the middle of the road? Get the fuck on, bro. And he's just looking at him. Just looking at him.
It's the cop.
Just looking. Exactly, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good. You want to speak with a supervisor?
Yes, sir. I asked to speak with you because I feel that there is no reason for this pullover. It's unlawful. He didn't tell me what he pulled me over for when he first stopped me, and he said that he has a school to go to. That's why he's been following me this way. And then I just made a turn, put on my blinker purposefully because I know that he was going to follow me around this corner. And he follows me, pulls me over, and I asked him to call you out here.
What do you think's gonna
Did
happen?
he tell you the reason for the stop?
Yeah. Did he explain to you as well or no?
He
So
said that
you didn't
I
have a
didn't
blinker going.
exactly, and I just put the blinker on because I knew that he was going to follow me around here. But what did he start following me for? Because he started following me for back there at ShopRite.
Okay.
So what did he start following me
Well, you had that already, bro. He's following you because you're black, and you have braided hair. Sorry.
for?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that
He's
he's.
allowed to drive on the side of the
Oh,
road.
you're right, but he said that he had a school to go to.
Right.
What school is that?
That's not your concern, but we do have school.
Now it's not my concern.
Is the bigger jackboot thug pig just backing up the first pig? This was happening, isn't it?
All right, so what's the point of it? This really is no point for the turnover because I put on my blinker purposefully because I knew that he was going to follow me around here.
Yeah, go. You're good. Yeah, you're good. I'm stopping you.
And that mailman stopped dead in the middle of the street. Nobody said nothing to him.
So there's a garbage truck just kind of.
I'm not talking about the lady. I'm talking about the mailman that literally stopped in the middle of the street.
Right. So listen, when we have school traffic we have to get to. So officers wherever they're at, that's where they start heading to. There's schools in the area that he was probably getting to, which makes sense from the route that he was taking.
I mean, not really,
Said
because
that-
I saw him pass me, and I know that he turned around and started following me.
All right, listen. If you said you didn't have your blinker on, that's what you saw. I wasn't the one that observed it. So that's all.
All right, but you could check his dash cam, though, right?
I can't.
There it is, guys. There it is, friends and family. There it is right there. He says he pulled me over unjustly. I had my blinker on. This cop wasn't even there. Now he's going to say, I don't have access to run a camera back and look and check and see if this guy's acting like a tyrant. Sure he does. Absolutely he could.
And I know that he turned around and started following me.
All right, listen. If you said you didn't have your blinker on, that's what you saw. I wasn't the one that observed it. So
So that's it.
that's
All
all.
right, but you could check his dash cam, though, right?
I can't check it right now.
All right.
Everything's rolling right now. When he was like next one, he can be uploaded.
Okay.
So whatever the outcome of that the stop is, if you want, I don't know if he's giving you a ticket or not, but if there's a ticket, there's obviously going to be a dash cam that's going to be showing that there was a blinker that was being utilized for that.
So I'm not going to check and I'm not going to do my job, Johnny on the spot, and see if you don't have to go to court, if you don't have to be pulled over. I'm not going to go and rewind the dash cam and watch it back. He's going to give you a ticket for that, and then you can fight it in court, and then you can subpoena the dash cam. And they wonder why more and more people join this channel, 50, 60, 70,000 subscribers a month. Why is that happening? How come? Because I'm brave enough to sit up here and put my face, my likeness, my health on the line, go to jail, because you guys are not doing it right. You're his supervisor. He's telling you that this guy's doing his job incorrectly. You said there's a dash cam. Then go back and review the dash cam. This man shouldn't have to go to court, get an attorney, subpoena get freedom of information or FOIA or request the body cam, shouldn't have to get a ticket, shouldn't have to deal with any of this. If you check to see if there was probable cause to pull him over, then there would be no ticket for the scented tree hanging from his rearview mirror. I mean, this is why we collectively hate you. This is why people hate cops. I'm going to play it back for the last 15 seconds. Just listen to the logic here. He's the supervisor of this man. Another man has told him he's not doing his job correctly. And what he's going to do then is he's going to say, well, then you can go to court over that.
I can't check it right now.
What? Why can't you? You're the supervisor.
On that observer. So that's all.
All right, but you could check his dash cam though, right?
I can't check it right now.
All right.
Everything's rolling right now. When he was like, hey, look at the upload.
Okay.
So whatever the outcome of that stop, the stop is, if you want to, I don't know if he's giving you a ticket or not, but if there's a ticket, there's obviously going to be a dash cam that's going to be showing that there was a blinker that was being utilized for that.
Okay.
Everything, every traffic stop that we do is audio and visual recorded from our body cams and through the cars.
We don't get that audio and video. We don't get that. You can email me, can'tgetbodycam@gmail.com. Can'tgetbodycam@gmail.com. Tell me the city, state, and pig agency that won't give you your body cam footage. It's happening across America. We have them for transparency. They've taken them from us.
Okay.
So there's going to be so whenever you hit that blinker and those lights went on, there's going to be proof of whatever
So you just have to go to court now.
that violation is, what he was saying.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I
I just didn't feel comfortable talking to him because I felt like he was lying a lot.
Bruh, you feel more comfortable talking to the bigger jackboot thug pig on the scene?
Okay. I mean, hopefully I was able to clear it up a little bit with you.
Yeah, I mean, he cleared it up a little bit, but I still feel like there's no reason for the pullover.
You don't feel
It's unlawful. How you doing?
Good.
The pullover was very unlawful. But where we go from here, that's what I want to know.
So here's where we go from here.
he's going to be a nice guy. He's going to do him a favor. What do you want to bet? I'll bet he does him a favor here, huh? Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's going to do him a favor.
You think you hit the blinker.
Another one.
You think you hit the blinker. Maybe you're both count because I didn't see a blinker.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Now,
want to watch a man lie?
I think you hit the blinker. Maybe you're both count because I didn't see a blinker.
Okay.
There he just
Okay.
Right.
Look how he bald-faced lies. He's lying. You are a lying jackboot thug pig. Lie.
Right.
All right.
Now, moving violations, you know those carry points. I don't want to do that.
All right.
We're not going to do that. I'm going to just give you a ticket for that. That's
Oh.
it. Pay it online, you're
Obstruction.
done.
Oh, thank you.
This is the supervisor, right?
That is
Wasting my
super, yeah.
time.
Obstruction. I mean, how many people do you see have that in their car? How's that obstruction
one.
of view when I can clearly see through here? This is a little tree that I never look at. So how is that obstructing my view?
That it's considered under 34, 39,374. It's a window obstruction.
So he can recite the code? That doesn't make it right.
You can get a citation for that.
Okay.
What a disgusting system. This guy could not tell you the 5 pillars of the First Amendment, but he can rattle off a code that allows him to pull you over so that they can arrest you and steal your car and put you in a dungeon and charge you a bounty. He knows that code off the top of his head and knows they can pull you over for that code violation. But he doesn't know the first 5 freedoms of the First Amendment.
But can you explain that a little bit more to me?
About
How is that obstruction? You just told me that that's part of the whatever code or whatever. How is that obstructing?
That's the
it's
state.
blocking the.
They're the ones
Is-
that made it.
Supervisor, how is that obstructing?
How is it obstructing?
Yes, how is that obstructing my view? How is that hindering my view? How is that doing anything to my view of the road?
Okay. Well, it's blocking. It's between you and the window. That's why. All right.
Oh my God. It's
So-
between you and the window, all right? So your dash cam blocks your view, your toll tag blocks your view, your oil change sticker blocks your view, everything blocks your view.
I don't. What else would you like me to help you out with?
I'm asking you
Help you out with.
because everything that he says is like not clear to me. You know, I feel like he's just saying whatever he remembers, and I didn't know that would be considered obstructing because
Bro, the guy you're talking to just says whatever he remembers. The person you're talking to is the one who's standing there like a jackboot thug pig, reciting numbers to give him reasons why he can pull you over, why he can fee you, fine you, steal your money. Can you guys stop doing this? Please, can everybody stop it? Can we stop that there's the good cop on the scene? Can you just cut that out? Can you just 86 that? The only cops on the scene are there to back up the other cops. And the more senior they are, the more they know how to back up the other cop and go around or double talk you. So can we dispense with this? Well, I don't want to talk to him, but I'll talk to you. You're the nice one. Can we just cut the crud? Just cut it. Just get the mayonnaise out, spread it on your bread, and then put some ham on there. Put that sandwich and go have a ham sandwich. Can you stop it? Can you stop it? He's worse than the other one. Ooh, it just
seen so many people ride with that in their window to make their car smell good. So
so many people speed. Does that make it right?
No, not really, but
all right. So same thing. Case in point.
It's not the same thing because that has nothing to do with my driving. It has nothing because I've seen so many people ride with that in their window to make their car smell good. So
so many people speed. Does that make it right?
What? Okay. There's a philosopher named Kant, K-A-N-T. Some people say it different ways. He's German. He's Kant. You could say it with a U kind of sound on there. He's Kant. Kant, as I've talked about dozens of times on this channel, wrote a social contract. So anybody who wrote a social contract, I read it. Kant's social contract has to do with the categorical imperative. What is the most important thing? And if you do it, then your will be done. Everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. And I've given this example dozens of times. So your will be done. If you want to help an old lady across the street, your will be done. Everybody should help an old lady across the street. Wow, you made the world a better place. Your will be done. I take this glass, I throw it out the window, it smashes on the concrete. It's fine, I can do it. But now everybody can do it. So everybody takes their glass and they throw it out in the concrete. Okay? So categorical imperative, he just compared if everybody stuck a smell good tree over their review mirror, there would be absolutely nothing wrong with that. It wouldn't affect anybody. You would have a 1 in a million car accident where someone's obstruction was blocked from the tiny tree hanging from anyway. However, if everybody started speeding recklessly, this cop is such a dunce cap. So this is the difference between reading and not reading. When you read, you're able to then compare and contrast things properly and have a basis of knowledge. The more little plot points of information you have, the more you're able to get logic and reason. And so the cop is now being unreasonable. So it's an unreasonable seizure under the Fourth Amendment. And I would absolutely sue that jackboot thug pig. I would sue him for wasting my time. I would sue him for an unlawful seizure. I would sue him for unlawful search because he took my driver's license. I'm just so upset.
No, not really, but
all right. So same thing. Case in point.
It's not the same point because that has nothing to do with my driving. It has nothing to do with how I see the road. It has nothing to do with that.
As a driver.
All right, I understand that that's part of the code. That's why I was asking for more information about it.
Gotcha. So here's your stuff.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day and drive safe.
Where's the ticket?
Is there anything else you want to help you with? Or?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, no problem. Just make sure it's almost out. Get that inspected next up there.
No, that's right. Thank
you. What did this? So here's the older jackboot thug pig. Listen to what he says.
Have a good day and drive safe.
So that's it. No ticket then. Or he gave him a ticket. I don't know. Because I don't think in Florida you have to sign it. So
is there anything else you want to help you with? Or?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. You thanked him, bruh? You thanked him? You thanked him? Come make me laugh? Dude, you need to jump on my show. We need to talk. You and I need to have a meeting. We need to have a conversation is what we need to do. You and I need to have a conversation. I mean, he's just a regular guy living his life, you know, having a good time. He's not an activist. You can just see it. You don't have to click on any of the videos. You can see it. He's just a dude living his life. He's a cool guy, man. Wow. He's had 740 subscribers the last 30 days. Let's throw him another 40, 50 subscribers. Let me drop his link over here. I'm going to drop his link in the chat so you guys can see it. Here it is. I'm putting it in the bang. There's his page. If you guys want to pop over, subscribe, let him know Delete Laws sent you. And I would love to interview this guy. I'd love to have him come on the show. I was going to go to his about, and he's got his PayPal. Well, okay. I'm down. I'll play. I'm down for that. 100%, bro. I'll do it. I'm not asking you guys to send this guy any cash because I don't do that. I don't send money to random. 501c3 is almost done, so I can't wait to show you guys this 501c3 that I've set up, because then all your donations will be a tax write-off, especially for guys like Chevy and Chuck and David and Danny and a few other people. I'm going to stop mentioning people, but for people who have contributed, all of you, if you put $5 or $10 in. So just what I'm going to do real fast, because I'm actually going to ask him for an interview. I'm not just sending him $20. I'm sending him $20 so that I can get his attention and ask him if he will come on Delete Laws and do an interview. So I'm just going to send him $20 here. What is it? It's PayPal. Whoops, sorry about that. PayPal.me/MOSP 227. Let me see if it works like that. Okay. Okay, I can send him right from my computer. I don't have to use my phone. Let me send him $20 like this. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Let me see if you guys can see it. $20. What's this for? An interview. DeleteLaws@gmail.com. Can you guys see this? Because I'm putting the code word in here. You guys can't see that. Okay. I'm giving him a code word so that not anybody can just email me and say they're him. Sent. There it is, boys and girls. There it is. There it is. PayPal charges you a fee to send your own money, $1. That's crazy. PayPal charges you a fee. That's absolutely insane. So what's up, Playboy? There it is. You guys got to see his video. His real name is he's got like a African name. It's a really cool name. But all right. We'll leave this. We will leave this now. We came, we saw, we conquered. We saw him. Good. All right. So I sent him $20. Let me see if that shows up on my PayPal. Yep. So his name is that's his name. Oh, should I show his name? I don't know if I should show his name or not. You could PayPal him. You can show him your name. I hate him too. I don't like PayPal. I don't like Gives. I don't like GoFundMe. I don't like either one of those. I think they're just such horrific trash, to be honest, I guess you would say. They're greedy, money-grubbing pigs who want all of it for themselves. They want all the money for themselves. They're so greedy. It is unbelievable. That's the best way to put it. So that's all. How you guys doing? Everybody hit the like button real fast, if you would, please. Take your finger, reach down, and hit the like button. It just takes 1 second. Just tap it real fast. And then put in the comment section, Jack Boo Thug Pig, JBTP, Jack Boo Thug Pig, JBTP. Type it in there. We all think it. I just say it out loud. Welcome to another demonetized stream right here on YouTube. All right, so check this out. As usual, another one. Officer Katie Proffer approached 19-year-old student.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. Might I ask why?
Because you are operating a motor vehicle under the influence.
She's pretty much admitted to it. She was using a fake ID or someone else's ID. Are you good? I guess she's allowed to park here.
Ma'am, 1 second. Come back over here to me. Unlock the car. I can see cannabis in clear view. I was wondering what she hit him in the seat.
On February 12, 2021, Officer Katie Proffer approached 19-year-old student, Sophia, who was seated in the driver's seat of her car and had not been seen driving her vehicle. Curious about the situation, Officer Proffer begins her investigation.
Hello, I'm Officer Proffer. How are you guys?
How are you?
Good. All right, so what's going on tonight? Were you fell asleep in here or what?
Yeah, honestly, just fell asleep.
Okay, have you been drinking?
Honestly,
Okay, where'd you come from?
just came from a house party.
Whoa. No. She's not your friend.
And we figured it was safer to sit here. We were dropped off. And I didn't feel comfortable driving, so we were sitting in my car.
Okay,
And I didn't want to drive.
okay. Do you guys both live here? Or?
I don't live here.
I'm sorry, I forgot to warn you guys. This is going to make your blood boil. This is going to make you so mad it's unreal. Just wait. I'll be mad with you again.
Okay, so how'd you get here?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
So how'd you get here?
We were dropped off by an Uber.
Okay, and you just got in your car?
Yes, ma'am.
So your car was sitting here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you guys been smoking weed at all, too?
No, ma'am. Don't
Okay.
do drugs.
All right. Do you have weapons or anything in here?
No, ma'am.
Knives or anything?
She's not your friend.
Okay.
It's just White Claw.
Huh?
It's White Claw. No, I don't have one to open a container. We just have 2 energy drinks open here, but they're already drinking.
This is a White Claw.
That is a monster.
A monster. I'm so sorry. And then this is White.
All right.
I see that White Claw. I saw you put something underneath that. Do me a favor, lift the quote up for me, put it on the.
Of course. Jesus criminy. This is a video in what not to do. My God. The trifold, she should have had the trifold right there. She should have had her information ready to go, her registration and proof of insurance ready to go, everything ready to go, and immediately said, I invoke the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You're a cop. I can't talk to you. That's it. Let them conduct their investigation. The DUI things have gone just too far in our country. We've lost our country. We've lost freedom. There's no more freedom. So what are the girls supposed to do? 2 girls, both buzzing. They're young, pretty girls. They're supposed to stand outside. Don't get in the car. Don't lock the doors.
Ma'am, that's not the quilt.
The
Quilt right there. Put it on the seat. Yes.
Just a blanket. Or it's a towel.
Mind if I have that?
Of course. Yeah.
Alright.
Careful. It's a little sandy. We don't have
Alright.
any open containers in the car.
Okay.
We just have a Celsius and a Monster.
So, they're not doing anything wrong. They're just sitting in a car. Why can't we be free?
They're just
Yeah, I
energy
had that
drinks.
earlier. I worked.
We don't have anything open in the car.
They're just
I just
sitting in.
didn't want to drive intoxicated, so we're just sitting in the car.
Okay, you're both students. Okay. Did he get your IDs and stuff already?
Okay, right there. Is that rational? Are we living in the world of rational? That's totally rational. They went to a party. They're two girls. They're both young. It doesn't even matter if they're pretty or not. They're both young girls who are drunk. They should get in the car, talk it out, lock the doors, and play on their phones. This is totally rational to me. This right here now is over. We're going to stick around in case anybody harasses you because you're two young, pretty girls who are both drunk in a car. We're going to chill over here and just, we'll make sure. Which, thanks. If that's my daughter, that 20-year-old girl, if that's my daughter, thanks a lot. You saw they were drunk in a car and then you didn't leave them there. You actually just sat like 40, 50 yards away so that, cool. That's protecting and serving, baby. We have lost ourselves. This is going to go downhill. I'm going to get more and more mad as it goes, just so you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Hang on 1 second for me. Yeah, I can smell her too.
Yeah, they told you they were drunk. They told you they were intoxicated.
Can I go off for a minute? Okay. I'm just
Let's get that.
So since they are parked here, can you still get them for? Because they're behind the wheel of the operating. Yeah.
Whoa, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You guys have to hear it one more time. I'm so sorry. Listen very carefully to what the pigtail says.
They're parked here. Can you still get them for? Because they're behind the wheel of the operating. Yeah,
Okay. It's gone too far. It's gone too far. Can you get them because they're behind the wheel? Absolutely. Like they're salivating to lock up the college girl who knew she was too drunk to drive, so thought they would just wait it out until they sobered up. And now they're over plotting and planning how to arrest her for a felony DUI. The girls were honest. We're drunk. We got dropped off here from the party. Let's take a good look at where they are. They supposed to get out right there? Where were they supposed to hang out? Sick, disgusting pigs.
all right.
Would you like some more adversity DUI to assist you?
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait till you see her face.
Okay, what is your name again?
My name is Sophia.
Sophia. Okay. I'm gonna have you, if you don't mind, to step out of the vehicle and talk to me behind the car for a bit. All right.
Totally complying, totally sweet. I mean, are you kidding me? If you told me my daughter, and I'm sorry, but that one over there is even more attractive and young and pretty. I'm a man. I'm 48 years old. All right. It is what it is. I'm too old. She's a young, pretty girl. She has a little model look. She's skinny, tiny, and drunk. Where were they supposed to go?
I'm really sorry. I didn't want to drive.
We could just stand right there. That's fine.
You're okay.
So for driving under the influence, all you have to be is you're in the driver's seat, so you're in control of an operating motor vehicle.
Yes, ma'am.
So it's still illegal to be sitting in the driver's seat with you drinking.
Okay.
So are you willing to participate in some standard field sobriety exercises for us?
What?
Do I have to?
I mean,
She's drunk.
It's up to you. It's your
She already said she was drunk. She's not telling her that whether you do it or not, you're going to jail. She's not saying that. She's not saying that you have to do it. You have to pass it so I don't have to take you to jail. She's not saying that.
choice. But then if you don't, then we have to make a decision based on our evidence right now. How old are you?
I'm 19.
19.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
So yes, I mean you can either participate in the standard field sobriety exercises, or like I said, we just make our determination now upon speaking to you and our evidence, what we smell, what we see, and we can go from there, determine if we have enough to make an arrest or not.
God.
I mean, I'm willing to try.
Okay, you willing to participate in the standard field sobriety exercises?
Yeah.
She's drunk. She said she was drunk.
Charlie 20.
All right.
That's Charlie 17. That's 600 Charlie.
I'm gonna read you some instructions real quick, okay?
Is your blood
All right,
boiling?
go ahead and stand with your hands down at
Is
your
your
side.
is your blood boiling right now?
All right.
You feel
I'm
your
gonna check
heart
your
racing?
eyes, okay? So I'm gonna get out a pen, and this is gonna be the stimulus, okay?
Okay.
All right. Do you wear glasses or contacts or anything?
That's negative, sir.
All right. Do you have any medical conditions that could mimic impairment, diabetes, low blood sugar, anything like that?
We'll contact.
When's the last time you ate or drank today?
I want to say like 3 or 4 o'clock. I had a burger.
Okay. And then, so where were you guys at before here?
We were at a house party.
Okay. Was that here on campus?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, and then you had Uber take you here, and you just had your car keys on you, so you got in the car.
Turned on the car for warmth.
And then sat in here.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you guys.
So you guys understand what she's doing, right? She's gathering evidence to cook her in court. She's admitting to the statutes or ordinances that the legislators wrote, and the cop is walking her through admitting to what the statutes say, to charge her with DUI, and she's 19 years old, who did the right thing and didn't drink and drive. She can't stay at the house party if you're 19. Certain time, the good girls go home.
As well as live here, or just her?
She just lives here.
Okay.
Is she gonna get in trouble?
I'm not sure yet. I don't.
What?
think so, because she's not. How old is she?
She's 19.
Okay.
Oh no. Now they're going to give her a minor for drinking. Look at the cops. This is what they're spending their time doing. This is what we're paying them to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Y'all have to.
No, I was just sitting in a parking lot. It's not her fault.
All right. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
She makes her go through all this shit. You'll see it.
So I'm gonna check your eyes, so you don't have any glasses, contacts.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Keep your head still, and you're gonna follow this with your eyes only. Okay. Do not move your head. Do you understand these instructions?
Yes, ma'am. Follow the
Head still. Okay. Look straight. Come over here.
University.
Oh my God. And so we know she's going to give her a DUI. The girl already admits being drunk. She's probably not going to be able to pass the test. So why is the cop doing all this?
Okay, keep your head still.
Wasting
all.
Your eyes
So
only.
cold.
University back to Charlie 20.
It's freezing outside.
We did contact Embrato.
What are they doing to her?
Apparently is out with Holt
What are they
on
doing to
a
this girl?
traffic stop with 4.
Look at what they're
And
doing
he's
to her.
conducting a signal 1 there. 2:45 hours. If you want to be pretty small, that's for sure.
All right. So our next test, our exercise, we're gonna find the line. You wanna come over here, and we'll use the line over here.
Where?
No, well, I meant we're gonna go over here to
Okay.
the parking lot over here. We're gonna use this white line here, okay?
She
So
just
just stand there with your feet together, arms down at your side.
Yes,
Can you see this line in front of you?
ma'am, I can.
All right. Is it level?
Yes, ma'am.
Free of debris?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it dry?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm gonna read you some instructions again. Keep your arms down at your side.
I don't want to hear the pig explaining. I'm just going
Heel. They got
to just shut up.
instructions. Tell you to put on you about, okay?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
you come back down the line to
Do you see her? She's look at the girl. She's freezing. So she's shaking and trembling naturally because she's freezing.
Telling you about, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you come back down the line, 2, 3.
So it'll be 18 total, like there and back?
Yeah, you're gonna do 9 down and 9 back.
Okay.
With the turn in the middle of it.
And,
All right.
and
So on the 9th step, you'll keep.
And by the way, this is really the proper determination to know if you can drive a car or not. You were not driving just fine, but they pull people over who were driving fine and charge them with DUI and have them take some stupid test that people can't pass. And it's subjective to what the cop decides. This is ridiculous.
That front foot on the line and turn by taking several small steps, like I just showed you. While walking, you're going to watch your feet at all times. Keep arms down at your side. Count your steps out loud. Once you begin, do not stop until the test is or the exercise is completed. Okay? Do you understand these instructions?
Yes, ma'am. So it's 9 there and then 9 back.
You're going to take 9 down. You're going to do that turn with a series of small steps. You're going to take 9 steps back. Heel to toe, your arms got to be down at your side. And count your steps out loud, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may begin.
The girl's
One.
such a nice person.
2,
Oh, let me clear.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Turn.
Yep.
Is that okay?
Okay, keep going.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, you can turn around and face me. Keep your arms down at your side. We have one more exercise
look
to
at
do.
look at the stupid human tricks. She's freezing cold. And look at the stupid human tricks. This woman is making her do, knowing she's going to arrest her
I'm going to
anyway.
read you some instructions again, okay?
No matter what she does,
You're going to
because
stand with your heels together, arms down at your side, just like
she already said she was
Yep,
drunk.
Keep your arms there. Okay, do not begin until I tell you to.
Oh, shut up. I can't listen to her. I can't. We'll watch the test. I can't listen to
Side,
pig
okay.
talk.
And it's going to be 1001, 1002, 1003, and so forth until I tell you to stop, okay? If for some reason you put your foot down, simply pick it back up and begin where you left off, okay?
Okay.
Do you understand these instructions so far?
Like this is a determination of whether or not you can drive a car, stand on one leg and balance. It's so preposterously stupid. And we've allowed them to do this to us.
Can I get an estimate? Like, is it going to be a minute?
Until I tell you to stop, okay?
Fine.
You are at Simon Says. And if you don't play Simon Says correctly after she told you she's been drinking, then you flunk.
All right, give me 1 second.
She's freezing cold. She's shaking. She's shaking. The girl.
Okay, keep your arms down at your side, feet together.
Show me the other one. She's shaking. Her body's shaking. I told you I'd get more mad and more
All
mad.
right, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you may begin.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013.
Come on.
2014.
If she doesn't make 20, she's drunk.
2016,
I can't do that now.
2017, 2018.
I can't do that.
2019.
No.
1020.
My knee's gone. No.
1021.
No.
1022.
Couldn't do
Okay,
it.
you can stop.
1023.
All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back.
What? She
And
failed?
rested.
What? She failed that? My knee is currently jacked. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I'm hobbling right now. So I couldn't hold the leg out like that steady because the knee's hobbled. And the other leg, if I tried to stand on the hobbled knee, I wouldn't be able to support myself. So they wouldn't be able to determine if I was drunk or not if I did their stupid human tricks. This gets worse. This gets worse. So this goes downhill even further.
Why?
Now they put her in handcuffs.
Operating a motor vehicle under the influence.
I mean, how unbelievable. How unbelievable. The most docile 19-year-old girl has to go in torture cuffs. How unfrickin' believable. How crazy. How absolutely insane of a society have we allowed to be created into a total police state where they've created inhumane, ridiculous policies and procedures. They're putting her in torture cuffs. The girl who said, yes, ma'am.
This was Officer Proffer's first DUI arrest, a very controversial arrest with a lot of mixed opinions.
Yeah.
Mixed opinions?
Get her at home. All right, we're going to go back to the back of my car.
She's putting a 19-year-old girl who would do anything you asked her to do in torture cuffs. That is spectacular. This is must-see TV. Look at what they're doing.
Do you have anything sharp on you? Any knives, weapons?
Of course she doesn't. Of course she doesn't.
Nothing like that. All right. Do you have anything in your pockets at all? Phone, wallet, keys?
Cards.
And this we're at?
My front pocket over here.
Okay.
I have my ID and then my friend's ID.
Right. I'm just going to pat you down, make sure you don't have anything on you.
Yeah. She's got a bazooka down her pants.
Spread your feet.
My key, my car key.
Yeah.
And then my wallet is connected to it.
Is this where you have the...
No, man,
this one?
in my front corner. It's my ID and then my friend's ID, not the friend in the car.
Is this a pocket?
It's inside.
Oh, it's like
pants.
inside the pants. Okay.
So cold.
All right, I'm gonna take it out.
No, you're okay.
Is it this one?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean,
Inside
Jesus.
it. Yeah, to the middle. Like
Is
turn
it a
in.
pocket or is it just laying there?
It's a pocket.
Wow.
Pocket inside.
Wow.
Inside these?
It's
That's
in between
crazy.
like the middle and the front. I don't know how to explain it.
They're taking her
Like
to
right
a
there.
dungeon.
Pocket. Yes, ma'am.
They're taking her to a dungeon.
There's some cash.
As she
My
reaches
card.
in her pants,
I don't have my personal ID, but then my friend's ID.
she has to get her ID out of her pants. There could be marijuana there or cocaine. They have to get what's on her. They have to get it.
She's not the one in the car.
Okay. This right here is the pocket?
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, are you incompetent or stupid? You can't feel it?
Maybe I took it out when I took out my.
I don't feel anything
Then I'm
in there.
Well, get your
Then I'm
hands
good.
off her. Get your hands off her.
This is the only pocket in here?
All right,
Yes, ma'am.
enough.
Not that many
nothing.
pockets in a legging.
Yeah.
There's not many pockets and leggings. This is ridiculous. 19-year-old girl in torture cuffs. Now they're going to put her in the torture mobile.
Yes, sir. Just the wallet itself. It's black. It says Kate Spade on it. Has a car key attached to it. And
Oh
then
my
also,
God.
a key to get into my establishment.
I hope her parents
All right, you can
do.
have a seat back here.
I hope her parents do and get the laws changed. This is a
I'm gonna go ahead and
ridiculous
buckle you
law.
up. Have you ever been arrested?
No, ma'am.
Where
So
do
what
you
we're gonna do
think?
is we're gonna go down to the DUI
Where do you
center
think she's
where,
going to?
we'll request a breath test from you,
Yes, ma'am.
and then
Charlie.
from there, you'll be going to the Orange County Jail
Let me grab my dog.
for DUI. But they
Orange
can only
County
hold you
Jail.
for, I think it's 12 hours from the time now, so you should be able to get out. I'll find out for sure. I think it's either 8 hours or 12 hours.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, hang tight, okay?
Later at the station, Sophia provides breath samples to the breathalyzer machine, registering alcohol levels of 0.099 and 0.088.
So that just so you guys know, just so you know, if it, unless I'm incorrect, I believe it's 0.8. So she was 0.88 and 0.99. So that means she had one more beer than is legally allowed, or half a beer because she's only about 100 pounds. So if she had had half a beer less in her system at the time of the breathalyzer, then she wouldn't have been charged. But because she was sitting in her car waiting for that to wear off, she's now she'll go through a diversion program. For what? Now they're going to search all their stuff. I told you it gets worse.
So we're gonna secure this car. Go ahead and take out anything that you need out of the vehicle, ma'am. Where do you live on campus?
I live right here. This
Okay.
is my house.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Why does she have to tell him where she lives? Are they gonna make her walk home?
Thank you.
All right. Have a good night.
Thank you. She thanked the pig.
All right, cool. So we're good to leave her car here then.
Search her wallet. You have gloves on? Well, you did. Whatever. That she's pretty much admitted to it. She was using a fake ID or someone else's ID.
You know, I got to jump in real quick here. The only criminal record that I have is from getting pulled over, having my buddy's ID on me and my ID on me lying about it. And instead of the cop charging me with a felony, he cut me a break and only charged me with lying to the cop that the ID was mine, which I did. I was 20 years old and I wanted a fake ID to drink and go out and have fun. And that's on my criminal record. And I have a shoplifting from when I was 18 years old. Minor consuming. I got a minor consuming when I was 18 years old. There's my criminal record. If you see anything else besides those three things, then it's questionable. But just unbelievable. It's not true, but it's just unbelievable.
So whatever you want to do, but
Is that her phone?
Yep, I think so.
Okay.
I already locked the car.
Hold on.
Yeah, you don't have to tow it.
Thanks, sir. Coming over.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Are you good? I guess she's allowed
You don't have to tow it.
to park here.
Ma'am, 1 second. Come back over here to me. Unlock the car. I can see cannabis in clear view. I was wondering what she was.
Oh, I told you. It gets worse. It's horrible. Like,
So if you come over here to me, I want to show you what I'm looking at. There's a bag right there that looks like it has green leafy substance. You see-
you want to see the biggest douchebag of the year? You want to see douchebag of the year? You're looking at him. That cop right there. That's the biggest. That's the biggest douchebag I've ever seen. Look at him acting as though he has spotted the missing glove in Nicole Brown Simpson's murder. He's like a pointer dog. Go from the beginning. Okay, now listen to him.
Coming over.
Yeah, of course.
First, she thanks him, and he's Inspector Clouseau over here.
You good? I guess she's allowed to park here.
Ma'am, 1 second. Come back over here to me. Unlock the car. I can see cannabis in clear view. I was wondering what she hit him.
You got her, dude. Watch him.
If you come over here to me, I want to show you what I'm looking at. There's a bag right there that looks like it has green leafy substance. You see
Come
it?
over here.
Come right here to me.
Get her, bro.
Now, remember when I was asking you?
Get her.
You were lying to me?
Get her, dude. Get that girl for marijuana and arrest her. Do it. Arrest her, bro. Put her in handcuffs. Put her in handcuffs. I told you it gets worse. Worse than arresting a girl who admitted she was drunk sitting on the side of the road to sober up.
You got any questions? Are you good on a DUI thing?
Yeah, I mean, I almost did.
Yeah. I mean, I only saw the last one, but
Yeah.
Sarge, when I got here, he said she's probably going to go. So sounds like you made the right decision then.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
Arresting and charging 19-year-old girls. You made the right decision. What the hell's wrong with these people? They're sick, satanic devils. What in the fluck is wrong with them?
Again, I only observed the last one, so I don't know.
You
But
remember that code to get down there? Is it 059?
I have it in my car. I'll text it to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure which one you. What do you?
So there's see that bag right there, sticking out of the seat.
Mm-hmm.
It almost there's a green leafy substance at the very end of it. Could I be wrong?
To be honest, I can't really tell.
I know when she was in the vehicle, she was reaching down and she was like either putting something underneath. There was like a towel.
Who cares?
And she was like, it looked like she was hiding something. So
Oh.
I asked her what she
Who
was hiding.
gives
and she
a
said, "Oh,
damn?"
nothing." And she was moving stuff around.
Either way, you got a good search for furtive movements.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't know anything about weed in this car.
Who cares?
I swear.
Who gives a shit?
Well, we're just gonna go. I'm gonna go in there and just take that based on my suspicion. That's the only thing I'm gonna take. I'm not gonna search the car or anything like that.
Oh, you're such a good guy. Man, thank God for him. He's just going to go in there and grab that weed so they can charge that girl. That's all. But that's all he's going to do. He's just going to go in there and he's going to get that bag. He got it. I got it. You see that? Is there a green leafy substance? Could that be marijuana?
Yeah.
It's just based on the movements, so there might not be weed, but from what it looks like.
Okay,
So
I promise you.
okay, let us at least just find it if there is anything, and then we'll go from there.
Look at them terrorizing this girl over marijuana. I wish there was some around here so I could. What the hell are we talking about here? And there's 3 or 4 cops there, and this is what we pay them to do.
Good.
Yeah. You have the key?
No, I just gave it to Katie.
Oh. Katie.
Blood is just.
It's not unlocked. There you go.
Somebody's going in a vehicle. Reckless possible 95.
I'm sorry. You're just trying to search my car or your car?
Well, we're not searching.
Okay.
I told you, you get more mad and more mad and more mad.
I swear.
The vehicle's not being searched. It was
It
a
was
furtive
plastic
movement.
that looked like something. In my experience,
If you move and the government sees you, furtive movement. You look at
I don't know if it was
Furtive.
I get it, okay?
Towel back where I found it.
I get it.
Because
But
it's not my towel, it's her towel.
there was alcohol in the vehicle.
There was, yeah.
You know you're not supposed to be possessing that, all right? Because you're under the age of 18.
I do understand. Yeah.
Nothing in the car. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
great.
Go inside your house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Did he just want to have a face-to-face with her or something? What's his deal?
Searched. It was a furtive
plastic
movement.
that looked like something. In my experience, that looked like a.
So it wasn't even marijuana. Wasn't even weed. And he's still going to go square her up and stand over her.
Baggy, and you heard movements earlier where it looked like you were hiding something underneath the towel. I don't know if it was the alcohol.
I really wasn't trying to towel.
I get it,
Trying to put
okay?
the towel back where I found it.
I get it.
Because
But
it's not my towel, it's her towel.
there was alcohol in the vehicle.
There was, yeah.
You know you're not.
Oh, okay. Now that we actually zoom in and see what he's actually doing, what he's actually doing is justifying the way he just treated her. He's justifying his action, saying, well, you were moving. And then she's like, but I was just putting a towel back because it was actually an innocent thing. And then he justifies how he treats her. Well, there was alcohol in the car.
And you heard movements earlier where it looked like you were hiding something underneath the towel. I don't know if it was the alcohol.
I really wasn't trying to towel.
I get it,
Trying to put
okay?
the towel back where I found it.
I get it.
Because
But
it's not my towel, it's her towel.
there was alcohol in the vehicle.
There was, yeah.
You know you're not supposed to be possessing that, all right? Because you're under the age of 18.
I do understand. Yeah.
Nothing in the car. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
great.
Go inside your house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What a jackboots of pig.
Ma'am.
What a jackboot of pig.
Sophia agreed to a DUI diversion contract, which involved 50 hours community service, DUI school, victim impact class, 10-day vehicle impound, $500 donation to nonprofit, a fee to the department, and a DUI interlock device for 1 year.
I told you it would make your blood boil, didn't I? But, don't skip the end. Listen.
To DUI, Sophia agreed.
Okay. This part here. Sophia agreed to. Here's what she has to do for sitting in her car where she can lock the doors where she's drunk with her and her hot friend who are 19. 19-year-old pretty girls who are drunk. They can't get in the car, turn the heater on. Ha! Ha! What kind of wacky world are we living in? What kind of wacky world are we living in? Ha! So here's what she agrees to, though. I want you guys to hear what she agrees to do for doing that.
To a DUI diversion contract, which involved 50 hours community.
She has to do 50 hours. That's a 40-hour work week and then a quarter of another work week. For her, that's probably 3 hours at a time because she's in college. So it's probably 2-3 hours a day for 20 days.
Service, DUI school, victim impact class.
For 3 weeks, victim impact class.
Contract, which involved 50 hours community service, DUI school.
DUI school. She has to go to DUI school, so she'll have to pay for that school.
Victim impact class.
Victim impact class. She has to go and listen to people who are going to tell stories about how their dad or their mom or their brother or their sister was killed by a drunk driver. And everybody sits around and cries. And she knows that driving drunk kills people, so she sat in her car to make sure that she didn't do that.
Class 10.
Her car has to be impounded for 10 days.
Day vehicle impound.
So what that means is there's a tow fee and there's a daily fee as well. You're going to pay for the $40 a day or $60 a day for the storage fee. So that's $400. The tow fee is probably $400. So that's probably between $750 and $1,000 right there. She has to pay.
Pound $500.
She has to give $500 more to a nonprofit organization. And here's the funny part. I say to you guys all the time, what's their goal? The goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money.
Donation to nonprofit, a fee to the.
She has to pay a fee to the department. A DUI interlock device for a year where she has to blow in a straw right here to get her car to start.
And a DUI interlock device for 1 year. Sophia agreed to a DUI diversion contract, which involved 50 hours community service, DUI school, victim impact class, 10-day vehicle impound, $500 donation to nonprofit, a fee to the department, and a DUI interlock device for 1 year.
Their goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. That's their goal. That's their entire goal. They want to arrest you. They want to steal your money. That's, let me do it really clear so that DLZ Clips can get a clip of it. And let me just say it absolutely emphatically. We just watched a video where a girl decided not to drink and drive. She was 19 and drunk and got behind the wheel and sat there with her friend. And the cops pulled up and it was cold. And because they started the car, they got a DUI. She got arrested, taken to jail. The police's goal is to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. The girl was forced to pay for a 10-day impound for her car. She went to jail. She had to bond out of jail. She has to pay a $500 fee. She has to pay the police department. She has to give $500 to a nonprofit organization. She has to go to DUI school, and she has to attend victim impact classes for sitting in her car to stay warm when she was drunk and knew she couldn't drive. I told you what the goal of police is. You better listen. You had better use my dang trifold and get your stuff together with your registration. I wonder if she had not said a dang word if it would have happened that way. No keys in the car. No, she admitted to turning the car on. I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. That was horrible. It was horrible. That was horrible. This is the worst thing I've seen all day. I saw this yesterday. Ah. Okay, shake it out. Everybody shake it out right now, right where you are. Wipe it off. Wipe it off. Wipe it off. It's disgusting because we're going to fight it. See, as governor, I'm going to get rid of those laws. I'm going to get those ordinances off the books. I'm going to get them off the books. That's why I'm going to run for governor. That's why I'm going to win. Because I know that common sense, there's good people in the world who want change, real change. This is garbage. That was garbage. It's the worst thing I've ever seen. I mean, they put a 19-year-old girl who was docile. Would she have her Kate Spade bag? Is that what she had? She had her Kate Spade bag. She weighed 100 pounds. What's our policy to put you in torture cuffs? How can any good person look at that and go, yep, we got to do the same thing for everybody? No, we don't. No, we don't. I'm not heroined out. I'm not methed out. I'm not all cracked out on drugs. I'm not crazy. You can assess somebody pretty quickly. And if they're crazy, you got a crazy person. Wow, people can surprise you. But for the most part, you don't need to treat people. You don't need to shackle them like a pig. You don't. You don't. She would have gone anywhere you wanted her to go. She'd do anything you wanted her to do. She was a pretty nice girl. It's just horrible to watch. So everybody do me a favor. Welcome to Delete Laws. What's up? Hit the like button just real fast. It'll just take you a second, and that'll get the video going. More people see it. And then also in the chat, put OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio. The video we just watched was a Terry stop. The video we just watched was cops investigating people in a car. So that's Terry versus Ohio. You can't be in your car without being investigated. What are you doing sitting in your car? You need to be investigated. It's a welfare check. We're checking on you. It's a welfare check. We're checking on you, seeing if you're okay. We have no intention. Oh, snap. There it is right there. Okay. Before I share this video, let me cancel that. Before I share the video, it's all coming together now that we're talking it out and thinking it out and saying it out together. It's all coming together. We know what their goal is, to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. We know that. So a welfare check is a way for them to get in, to arrest you, to impound your car, and steal your money. Just like a DUI checkpoint is a way for them to get to you, to arrest you, to impound your car, to steal your money. Any interaction with the police is a way for them to arrest you, impound your car, and steal your money. That's their goal. For the love of God, you got to have your trifold with the nice rubber band that I give to you in the bag. It goes on your visor. It goes on your visor. When the cop pulls you over, one hand you're recording. You're recording yourself. You can see it. You're recording yourself. Cop comes up, slide it out. Give him your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Give it to him. Just give it to him. If you don't give it to him, you might die. You might get beat up if you don't. How funny is this? You really might get your ass kicked. And then immediately invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Show it to the camera. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Show it to the jackboot thug pig. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. Don't talk to me anymore. Do you want to know why I pulled you over? I just told you I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I want nothing more to do with you. If she had done that, she wouldn't have got arrested, because she gave them the information to charge her with crimes. That's just the simple fact of the matter.
Intimidated and agreed. Some new details tonight after a Seminole County deputy was arrested for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman during a traffic stop. Investigators say Deputy Andrew Berkvist turned off his body camera before committing that crime. This here is video of the deputy leaving the jail last week after he was arrested.
I guess they don't know how a towel works. The towel goes around you, wraps all the way around, someone guides you. Because we got a clear shot of him right there. That right there's a patter ass, like so many of the guys who were cops in the high schools who go in the high school.
Leaving the jail last
We got a solid shot of him. Your towel's too late. We got him. We can see him. We can see him.
week after he was arrested. Investigators say he told the
Just cover half my face. Douchebag.
victim that he needed to practice doing pat downs. The victim says she felt intimidated and agreed, and that's when the sexual assault occurred.
Shocker that he would say he wanted to practice pat downs on an underage girl. Let me practice some pat downs. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up.
Investigators are now searching for video that may have been picked up by a Seminole County school bus as it was passing by at the time. We spoke with the
what did I say to you guys? What did I say to you guys? You're always on camera now. There's no getting away with anything. You can't get away with nada. No getting away. No, you're not going to get away. There's a camera on you somewhere. Someone saw you do that. You're going to get caught. Don't do it. You'll get caught. Unless you want to be part of these mobs. And I have a way to catch all of them. But caught on camera. Caught on camera.
Defense attorney who says a deputy should have their body camera on during every traffic stop. But she says turning it off is as simple as flipping a switch.
He's presumed innocent like anybody else charged with a crime. Certainly, if I was a prosecutor handling this case against him, I would make a strong argument that the fact that he turned the camera off again, allegedly, shows a strong consciousness of guilt.
Berkfist is now charged with sexual battery.
I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. James Sheets. I'm hot. I'm hot. We murdered a guy. I'm hot. We murdered him. We plotted it. We planned it in Youngstown, Ohio, and we murdered James Sheets. Don't say it on camera. I'm hot. This attorney's finally figuring out that they're cheating us. This is new. We're ahead of the curve, boys and girls. We're ahead of the curve. Holy goodness. Can you even believe?
Some new details tonight after a Seminole County
have made the decision to utilize Commissioner's direct action to suspend police officer Mark Dial with the intent to dismiss him at the end of 30 days due to administrative violations. More specifically, I chose to exercise direct action due to Officer Dial's violations of PPD Disciplinary Code Article 4, insubordination, Section 4-002, refusal to promptly obey proper orders from a superior officer, and Article 1, conduct unbecoming, Section 1-008, failure to cooperate in any departmental investigation. I want to make it clear that the investigation
is ongoing, and this is an isolated incident.
Into the shooting itself continues.
This one. You guys remember? He shot him. He walked up and shot him within 10 seconds. Remember that? Murdered him in 10 seconds. Murdered him. We saw it yesterday. He
have made the decision to utilize Commissioner's direct action to suspend police officer Mark Dial with the intent to dismiss him at the end of 30 days due to administrative violations. More specifically, I chose to exercise direct action due to Officer Dial's violations of PPD Disciplinary Code Article 4, insubordination, Section 4-002.
Okay, so let me put it in perspective for you, because sometimes you watch something and you're not really sure what you're seeing. So he didn't get fired for murdering somebody who had his hands up. Apparently, the last we saw on video, he had his hands up. If they had recovered a gun, we would have heard it. They didn't. So this guy murdered him within 10 seconds, and he got fired for insubordination. What are you talking about? We saw yesterday him murder the guy within 10 seconds. It's a short. It goes out tomorrow morning. You guys are going to see. We have a whole short. You know how shorts are a minute long? We have a full minute-long short with the time it took for me to comment on it, present it, show it, come back and me comment again. And that was the whole interaction that this cop had with somebody before he shot him 7 times, was it? So, Houston, we have a problem.
Instead of being arraigned this afternoon, a deal was made by prosecutors. So Officer Alex Shoney, he could have all of those serious charges dropped if he completes a diversion program. Orlando police officer Alex Shoney, flanked by his attorney, appeared in Seminole County Court this afternoon. Shoney was charged with fleeing and eluding a police officer, resisting an officer, as well as 2 misdemeanor charges of unlawful speed and reckless driving for this traffic stop in Oviedo back on June 6th. A Seminole County deputy tried several times to catch up to Shoney and pull him over in an Orlando Police Department cruiser.
You going to pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
When he finally did get him to stop, Officer Shoney became irate when questioned. It was all caught on the deputy's
Don't you know he's a cop?
Body cam.
I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
Okay, where are you going?
What does it look like I am dressed for? What does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Officer Shoney not only refused to show the deputy his license, but then got back into his cruiser and took off.
Got a city Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop.
Instead of a speedy trial, Officer Shoney opted for a 3-month diversion program that if he completed.
Wait a minute. So hold on a second. Hold on a second. I can run away from cops and then take a 3-month diversion program? Does he still get to be a copper? Is the peace officer standards and training going to strip him of his license to have a badge, to have a piggy badge? Is there a 3-month diversion program if I flee from the police? I just want to know. How do you get that? When did that become a thing?
The state attorney will drop the charges.
Anything to say about the video that went viral all over the world? How does this make you perform your job as an OPD officer, knowing that
he's got no comment?
No comment at all.
Nothing at all.
You have anything as his attorney to say anything about it?
Not at this time.
Do you think this was a slap on the wrist, and would any of us get the same treatment?
I think it was a fair resolution, and if you were in the courtroom, you saw other people charged with the same thing with the same resolution.
Okay, real quick. Has anybody run from the police and got a 3-month diversion program? Anybody? I ever heard of that? Put a 1 in the chat if you've never heard of that. Put 1, never heard of that. Never heard of that. Never heard of a 3-month diversion program for running from the cops. For getting face to face with the cop and then telling him, F you, I'm leaving. Oh. So where was this at? Where Orlando? So, okay. Let me encompass this for everybody just real fast. An Orlando cop gets pulled over doing 80 in a 35 or 40 mile an hour zone. And the cop that pulls him over, he goes face to face with him and he tells the cop, hey, I'm a cop. I'm going to work. And then the other cop says, I need to see your license and registration. And he says, no. And he gets in his car and he drives away. And he goes to being a cop and he's a cop. And then he goes to court. And when he goes to court, the judge gives him a 3-month diversion program. He's still a cop. What kind of bozo world are we living in right now?
Now, I did ask Orlando Police what Officer Shoney's status is. They did not get back to me before the newscast tonight. But at the time of his arrest, they did say that he would be suspended pending
with pay
in the outcome of this trial, as well as an internal affairs investigation.
Over 100 miles an hour trying to catch up with this butt here.
So did you just hear what this pig said? Did you hear what this pig just said? You got to hear what this pig just said. Listen to what this piggy said. It's unbelievable.
Internal affairs investigation.
Over 100 miles an hour trying to catch up with this butt here.
Over 100 miles an hour trying to catch up with him. Do you think that no one goes to the end of the roads that you're looking at? Let me see what you guys are seeing. Sorry. Do you think that on the end of those roads right there, that cars don't pull down there? If you're going 100 miles an hour and they've already committed to turning, it's no difference than anybody else doing 100 miles an hour. When I was young, I liked to drive fast out in Alaska. Driving 100 miles an hour is stupid on that. It's just stupid.
He's the guy that you going to pull over?
Please say a command.
Pull over.
But I don't understand what the difference is. I really don't understand what the difference is. This cop was doing 80 to go to work, and then the other cop's doing 100, 110 doing his job. What's the difference? Tell me the difference. And one is claiming to be righteous over the other one, or, like I always say to you, it sucks being a pig. Inside being a pig, there is such internal conflict because it's a competition to get to the higher ranking. And the guys who have the ranking over you tell you what to do, like in a military. So they hate each other. So why this cop is pulling over this cop, all of them drive to work doing 80. All of them do. Why is this cop pulling over this cop doing 80? It makes news because it never happens, right? Right.
3113 to 313.
What? I am going into work, my man. Why are you trying to pull me over as I'm going?
Because you're going 80 and a 45.
I am going into work.
They blurred his face. Oh, dude. You don't get to see what the face of the tyrant looks like in the body cam footage anymore. Look at that. They blurred the cop's face.
Okay, where are you going
to work? What does it look like I'm dressed for? What does it look like I am dressed for?
My name is Deputy Hill, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Okay.
So internally, they got something going on with this guy.
3113, copy at 1050. 10-4, I got a city, Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be...
Oh, they got us. Oh, so Sheriff, Orlando Police, Sheriff. There it is. They got the bigger personality. They're the bigger personality. I'm sorry, am I on the way there? Okay, so now you can see it. On the left is Orlando, and on the right over here is a sheriff. I see. So he can't be going to work doing 80 without this guy saying, I'm the law. I can pull you over. Oh, okay. Now I get what's going on here. It's a great big personality contest, and they're seeing who's got the bigger personality.
X-Ray Foxtrot 6207, XF 6207. Refuse to stop.
www.syncmyrun.
Instead of being arraigned this afternoon, a deal was made by prosecutors so Officer Alex Shoney, he could have all of those serious charges dropped if he completes a diversion program.
Okay, so now we really encompass it. All those, what he just did, everything the sheriff did to big personality him, they all got dropped.
Orlando police officer.
So that's what he looks like. I want to see his face.
Shoney, flanked by his attorney, appeared in Seminole County Court this afternoon. Shoney was charged with fleeing and eluding a police officer, resisting an officer, as well as 2 misdemeanor charges of unlawful speed and reckless driving. For this.
Okay, but let's hold on a minute. Let me just explain something real quick, though. He never felt a pair of handcuffs. He's never put in torture cuffs. He didn't go through the dungeon process. He didn't get booked. None of that happened to him. He may have been booked on paper. He didn't do any of the dungeon process that you and I are forced to do. He wasn't put in torture cuffs. Nothing happened to him that happened to you and I. He did whatever the hell he wanted. And then, so I'm going to comment again in 1 second.
Traffic stop in Oviedo back on June.
So
afternoon, Shoney was charged with fleeing and eluding a police officer, resisting an officer, as well as 2 misdemeanor charges of unlawful speed and reckless driving for this traffic stop in Oviedo.
Okay, so now they
back on June 6th.
Now they go.
A Seminole County deputy tried several times to catch.
So, but now the reason why he got away with it is because the judge wants him to be a cop. The judge favors the police. The police give the judge a job. The judge and the police work hand in hand all the time. the judge may have a relationship with someone in the Orlando Police Department, a long-term relationship, because the police work with judges all the time to get search warrants. So somebody who's an Orlando police officer, or could have even been on the sheriff's department at this point, or could have been a state patrol officer, could have been anybody who cared about this guy, went to the judge and said, hey man, he's a hothead, but he toes the thin blue line. And the judge said, gotcha. And that's the last we're going to hear about this. It's over. He's going to be suspended without pay for a short time, and then with pay. So they can say he's suspended without pay, but then just because he's, his face is so popular right now, they'll leave him off for a year or so, and he'll get money from the Fraternal Order of Police. Any cop who'll toe the thin blue line. If you're going to be out of work to make sure you can feed your family, the Fraternal Order of Police have their own fund that they'll come in and say, oh man, let's see. Oh, okay. We get it, man. We get it. You're a cop. You just did what a cop would do. So listen, you're going to need some money over the next year. So we'll go ahead and we'll fund you. That's how it works. Our biggest fight is with the Fraternal Order of Police. This cop, nothing happened. We're watching a story and we're talking about it, but nothing happened. Zero. When this copper drove away, I'll drive through this real fast. When this copper drove away right here,
I'm dressed for. What does it look like I'm dressed for?
Watch.
My name is Deputy Hilton, and they see your driver's license.
No.
Okay.
No?
3113, copy at 1050.
Charlie Echo X-ray.
10-4, I got a city Orlando PD taking off from a traffic stop. It's going to be X-ray Foxtrot 6207, XF 6207. He refused to stop.
Okay. He refused to stop. He was never torture cuffed, was never taken to the dungeon, was never strip searched. He never saw the judge in shackles. There was no bond to pay. You understand that? Nothing happened to him. Zero. So, God bless America, the USA. God bless America. We're here to pay for the cops and the pigs to put us in jail. Their goal is to pull you over, kidnap you, impound your car, and steal your money. That's their goal. You counter that by having your trifold ready to go with your laminated registration, with your license and your proof of insurance in a card. You should not have to reach into your phone where you are recording the pig like this, so you see if you get hit in the face. Are you people watching? Are you people watching what's happening? Don't ask him why he pulled you over. Invoke your Fifth Amendment right away. Show it on camera that you've invoked your Fifth Amendment right away. Do it just like that. Boom. If he doesn't know what that means, you can tell him you learn the law. It's called the Fifth Amendment, you jackboot thug pig. I'm out of there. Okay. All righty then. I'm just saying.
At 4, the man punched several times by a West Palm Beach police officer during an arrest is now taking civil legal action.
Lawyers for John Monroe filed 2 lawsuits today claiming the officer used excessive force and that Monroe was defamed by the police union afterwards.
Ooh.
Surveillance cameras captured what happened back in November of 2019. It shows West Palm Beach police officer Nicholas Lordy and his partner attempting to arrest Monroe for trespassing at a grocery store. According to investigators, Monroe resisted arrest, and then Lordy punched him in the head and face several times, breaking his nose. Lordy was charged with aggravated battery in February of 2022, but the charges were later breaking his nose. Resisted arrest, and then Monroe for trespassing at a grocery store. According to investigators, Monroe Lordy and his surveillance cameras captured what happened.
Wait a minute, y'all. Okay. Wait a minute. You're going to have to kill the volume here for 1 second, because you can't have that. Okay. But we're just going to have to. Okay. You guys know how I roll over here. I want to see what happened. Okay, so first he's got him in a chokehold. That's the first thing. You saw it. Okay. He ripped it across the face. Rip across the face. Okay. Okay, he's got his head locked with the right arm, and he's throwing punches with the left. Punch in the face right there. See the arm under the neck? The other arm's punching, and there's someone else holding him down. 1 punch, 2, 3. That was a hard one. We're all across his face. 4. Ooh, ooh. 5. Ooh, that was a hard. Ooh, bashing his face in. Okay, the guy's putting his hand there to stop his face from getting bashed in. The other guy was trying to keep the peace, to get the cop to calm down, so he grabbed the guy being beaten, but really he was just trying to stop the scene. I think he blocked that one. I think his hand blocked it. I want to think that. He put his hand there for sure. I saw it. Get out the way. Okay, there's a fist coming down on the right side. See it? Boom. There it was. Draws back again. Boom. There it is. Ground and pound. North to south punching. Boom. Left hand. Full swing. Boom. Now the guy's physically grabbing the cop. He's physically grabbing the cop's arm. You see that? Oh, his arm's going underneath the cop's arm. Nice. Nice, bro. Nice. He's bashing his face in. The other cop's watching. See the cop up here? He's watching. He's watching. He's going to grab the guy who's stopping him from bashing the face in. What the fuck are we looking at, world? Kind of bozo clown world are we in here? Is he still going to keep bashing him, though? Okay. Now let's listen to the lying mainstream media. Let's see what this liar has to say. She's going to lie to us, but we'll listen to it for a second here. Let's see what she's going to. They all lie.
Punched several times by a West Palm Beach police officer doing an arrest, is now taking civil legal action.
Lawyers for John Monroe filed 2 lawsuits today claiming the officer used excessive force and that Monroe was defamed by the police union afterwards. Surveillance cameras captured what happened back in November of 2019. It shows West Palm Beach police officer Nicholas Lordy and his partner attempting to arrest Monroe for trespassing at a grocery store. According to investigators, Monroe resisted arrest, and then Lordy punched him in the head and face several times, breaking his nose. Lordy was charged with aggravated battery in February of 2022, but the charges were later dropped. The president of the Fraternal Order of Police in West Palm Beach released a statement defending Lordy, and in it referred to Monroe as a, quote, violent felon.
Calling somebody a felon when he is not one, when you know he is not one. And every police officer in this state has access to the database that will show that he is not a felon. When you do that, under state law, that is indisputable defamation, which is why we filed a defamation claim on behalf of John against the police union.
Monroe's lawyers say they have not yet received a response from either the West.
Oh, he's suing the police union and the police. Did you hear that? What did I tell you? They know who the enemy is.
Lawyers say they have not yet received a response from either the West Palm Beach Police Department or the police union. We reached out to the West Palm Beach Police Department and the police union, and we're still waiting for a response from them.
Protests erupted in Haiti on Monday after the arrival.
I'm not going to get into it.
Watch out! He's wrong. You're wrong. His father just got killed last week. Stop. You know what?
what? No, don't sit here and back the story up now. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, what do we got? Sorry about that. What do we got? Let me switch over real quick. Let me switch over real quick to YouTube.
No, don't sit here and back the story up now. Don't do that.
Whoa, what do we got going on there? What do we got going on there? Is this another instance of a copper stepping up? Who's showing this? 76 subscribers? Bro, way to do this, man. Way to go. Great. Awesome. Subs coming your way. Wow. Holy smokes. Get over here. Let me drop the link in the chat. Let me just take the second to give this guy his due here real fast. So in the chat down here, I'm going to drop the link for this video. Everybody get over there, subscribe. 76 subscribers. Freedom fighting, showing us what we need to see. Good job, bro.
You know what? No, don't sit here and back the story up now. Don't do that.
Whoa.
February 20th, 2023, officers from the Pasadena Police Department respond to a public disturbance caused by 3 confrontational family members.
Head up when I see him, nigga. Oh, man. Head up when I see him, nigga. Head up, it's on when I see him.
The officers attempt to dialogue with the family and are met with hostile words from the children who claim that they had recently lost a father during a police encounter.
Whoa. So their dad was recently killed by the cops. Huh.
Hey. Not that way.
I don't have to do shit. This my little brother. I don't have to do shit. This my little brother. Oh God, I shouldn't even talk to you. Niggas just killed my dad. I just killed get the fuck out of my face.
One law enforcement official quickly handcuffs and detains all 3 families.
Well, nobody's touching each other. There's no violence going on. There's no violence going on. Why is this dude running up with weapons all over him, grabbing someone? They're just having their family. They're gonna feud. Jiminy crickets.
Members.
You're in my face. You're in my face.
Why? What in the good name of God are we seeing happen in our country? Those people were working out their differences.
Watch out, bro.
What? What are they doing? Oh,
he's wrong. You're wrong. You're handling it wrong.
Oh my
His father
God.
just got killed. That's what he stopped.
His consistently aggressive response to the children later motivates one of his peers to interject and ask him to calm down.
Whoa. Why is he putting his hands on his neck? What's up, bro? This guy's in shackles. Okay, this person's in shackles. What are you doing? What are you doing, bro? What are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Fuck you, nigga. That just stressed me.
We're working.
Fuck you, bitch.
Relax.
You're working. That's your job. She just said it, y'all. I say it all the time. Their job is to arrest you and take your property. She just admitted it.
Ah, sorry, bro.
What? Look what he's doing to his hand. Oh, God. Oh, my freaking God.
Come on, bro.
Why is he doing that to him? Look what he... Oh, dude.
Can I tell you what happened?
Yeah, after you have a seat. So
Oh.
what's going on? Why are you fighting with your brother?
Well, because I had an altercation with my brother. He's mad because I didn't come home on time. I'm a grown-ass man. Bro, I got anger issues, bro. It's something me and my brother have personally going on.
Uh-huh.
And we just lost our father to my father got killed by the Aldean sheriffs. So
personally going on, bro.
Where do you guys live?
So he's really not on no type of police thing. He don't like y'all right now. Okay. But that's the thing. Y'all didn't even come asking questions.
No, they
Y'all
just,
don't know that's the older lady.
they did not. They just started grabbing them and put them in torture cuffs and twisting their arms and hurting them.
Y'all didn't think, oh, these could be their mom or
That's
anything?
what I'm here to figure
You don't
out.
think we could be brothers or anything? Like, come on
do you
now.
have ID on you?
I do have an ID.
Where is it?
In my pocket.
Can I
right
please
here.
see it?
Grab it.
Now look at that. Why does he have to give them ID? They were working out their differences.
Look, we're all handle things differently.
I'm just gonna be honest too. I am out on bail right now.
I get you, man. I appreciate you.
I'm out on bail for.
He's talking. He's talking. He's giving the cop information about himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? No, don't sit here and back the story up now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You know why? No, don't sit here and back the story up now. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm definitely letting them know that. Because you shouldn't be on the streets. Straight up. He shouldn't be on the streets. He should.
Whoa. Make this go viral. DLZ clips. Cut that.
Be on the streets, and I'm definitely letting no boy know. Because you shouldn't. Don't sit here and back the story up now.
Whoa.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
She not only felt the need to intervene, she felt the need to physically move him off of his position. Watch. She doesn't just push him away. She physically is moving him away. She's not joking. He's gone too far for her. And she's going to push him out of his position because he's being too aggressive with this woman who may have, I don't know if she lost her son or her son. What?
No, don't sit here and back the story up now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I'm definitely letting them know that. Because you shouldn't be on the streets. Straight up. He shouldn't be on the streets. He shouldn't be on the streets.
Walk away.
And I'm definitely letting no boy know. Wait.
Hey,
when am I getting the car for? I haven't even done shit.
Go over here. You go over there.
I haven't even done shit. When am I
Go back
getting
to
in the
station
car
right
for?
now.
Wait a minute. When am I getting in the car for?
Crutchfield. Go back to station.
I'm waiting.
Woo! Woo, 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 woo. Is that right? Is that right? The Pasadena Police Department responds to a public disturbance by 3 confrontational family members. I don't really like your heading here. It's not the proper way. But if you're trying to paint the scene, I get it, dude. The officers attempted to dialogue with the family and were met with hostile words from children who claimed they had recently lost a father. Hold on. Before you subscribe, let me just take a look at this, guys. Let me just make sure this isn't some bootlicker. Seems to be showing us paralyzed man sues. Police sergeant arrested for DUI. Okay. All right. Seems fine to me. Let me see what he puts his about page. All right. So he says here from a high-speed pursuit chase, heart racing. I get it. He's just, how long has the page been around? Just started. He's just putting some stuff up. Seems to be, he's not a bootlicker. His videos seem to be about, let's see what his most popular video is. Police captain catches DUI, turn off the camera. We've heard that before, brother. Welcome to Team DLZ. That's his most popular. Let's see his latest. Cop called out for bullying. This is his best one. I mean, we never see this. We never. So anyway, I'll drop his link down there if you guys want to give him a sub. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know how I am. I'll help anybody that exposes the pigs. I'll help anybody because it has to change. You can't fire pigs and think you're going to get better pigs when the policies and procedure is to be a jackboot thug pig. There's your short column. And that's just, you can't change it. You're not going to change the system. You're going to be a jackboot thug pig because you signed up to a jackboot thug pig organization. You could be good as guy as you want and think that you're being some hero for somebody and justify what you're doing on the pig force in some way. Truth is, you joined a jackboot thug pig organization, and we know you are a jackboot thug pig. Somewhere inside of you, you want to put torture cuffs on people. Somewhere inside of you, you get off on these things. You take people to dungeons where if it was making our streets better, or safer, our cities, it's not. It's making us worse. Putting people through dungeons and letting them out 10 years later, society, that's what we're getting now. We have all these people, and the felons aren't bad. It creates a darkness, though. The felons will tell you, people who spent time in prison, it's a darkness. It's a darkness. It's tough. We're living in a police state. We're living in a total, complete, and total police state. And if you sign up, you are a jackboot thug pig. And I have to worry that you are the person who would try to kill me. You're the danger. You're the fear. When I drive today, the only thing I have to worry about is you. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel the same. Are you really scared of other people when you drive down the road? I can easily avoid road rage confrontations. I just let them go. Just go ahead, bro. Just let them go. Just let them go. There's just no point. There's no point in me getting engaged with somebody who's a jackboot thug pig. There's just no point in me doing that. None whatsoever. So that's how I roll. So pretty crazy that was on there. Oh, we saw that one yesterday.
We're going to start with FBI agents busy this morning, arresting nearly a dozen Bay Area police officers for crimes ranging from violating suspect civil rights to obstruction of justice.
The officers all work for either the Pittsburgh or Antioch police departments. NBC Bay Area's Valina Jones was in Oakland federal court when officers faced a judge. She joins us live now from there with the whole story. Valina?
Well, that's right. You know, this early morning raid started around 5 a.m. this morning. And like you said, this stems from a 2-year-long investigation into both current and former members of both the Antioch and Pittsburgh police departments. Some of those officers were here in court today. They spent the majority of the day here inside this federal courthouse. In total, around 9 suspects have been arrested. This is a result of 4 different indictments today. 7 of those defendants were in court for their arraignments. The charges are wide-ranging, including conspiracy to distribute narcotics, altering and falsifying records of a federal investigation, wire fraud, where officers allegedly defrauded money from the police department, civil rights violations, and obstruction of justice. Now, during the investigation, racist and homophobic text messages were also found between dozens of Antioch police officers.
Racist and homophobic. That's a shocker. I never would have thought that.
Also under investigation by the state.
Collectively, these 4 indictments describe a group of officers who acted as though they were above the law. The officers had no interest in de-escalation or other proper law enforcement tactics to avoid violence.
Color of law violations strike at the very heart of our justice system.
They
undermine public confidence in the law and law enforcement and erode the fundamental rights of our citizens.
Now, one of those Antioch police officers, Marisa Amari, is charged in 2 of the indictments. His attorney says they are still waiting to review the discovery of evidence. They add they're disgusted by this early morning FBI raid, explaining that their client would have surrendered peacefully if he was given the opportunity.
These dramatics, and that's what they were, that took place at his house in the very early morning hours today were entirely unnecessary. It was unconscionable. There were flashbangs deployed at his house. He was surrounded, and there was use, as I understand it, of a megaphone.
Most of all the defendants in court today are being held on a $100,000 secured bond using their house as collateral. All of those suspects that were in court today are expected to be back in court by the end of this month. We also know that there are some people that were not arraigned. They are currently either out of state. Most of them are out of state. We know that this investigation stemmed with help from FBI officers in Texas and Hawaii and other places throughout the country. So a lot of hands involved in this investigation. Some of those defendants still need to come back here to California.
All right, thank you, Valina. A lot of information there to digest, a lot to go through. Thank you.
Yeah, so there's only one more video that I want to share with you guys tonight, and I just think it's important that everybody knows it. And I'm hoping and praying that there's a similar case going through in California right now. And I only subscribe to a few channels that I watch. I'm pretty busy. So I saw this come across yesterday, and I was like, you know what?
Association versus Bruin. And so the Supreme Court's
So this is about eliminating concealed carry. And I think this is the one about Massachusetts specifically. But if you, I'm a pretty big gun advocate. I mean, I carry a gun. So, you know, it's just the way it is. It's just today's world. I'm not going to be caught without a gun. I want to live. I don't want to die. So, you know, it's just, there's so many ridiculously crazy people out there that I feel it's important that I stay. And this is from the Armed Scholar, by the way, if you guys haven't seen his channel before. I'll throw a Jack Boot Thug pig up there from Mikey. And then real quick, I'll zoom in over here on the Armed Scholar. I've subscribed to this channel. Oh, I didn't like this one. Sorry. So, yeah, he's got, I mean, I watched him rise real fast because he's an attorney and he breaks down the cases, and he's definitely a Second Amendment advocate, and I am as well. I would, you know, it's funny. I would feel, you know, I probably would feel unsafe if I didn't have a gun. I know I have a gun, so I feel safe because I have a gun. Makes me feel safe. So you guys can subscribe to his channel if you want to. I'll drop his link down in the chat.
Bruin decision was just used to strike down a state law which prevented non-residents from carrying in that state. And this may be the first domino which leads to national concealed carry reciprocity.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. But real quick before we jump into this video, if you think we need concealed carry reciprocity, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. Also want to thank one of the main supporters of this.
I don't really do their promos
at that location, and usually it's just an amazing time. Actually, you can video where it is an important decision that we just got out of a Massachusetts district court. This is an important case because
Middlesex Commonwealth versus Dean F. Donnell. Commonwealth versus Dean Donnell.
Because this is one of the first times that we've seen a court use the Bruins decision, use the New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin case, that 6-3 decision, to essentially strike down a state restriction on non-residents carrying in the state. This has to do with a man from New Hampshire who had a New Hampshire license to carry, and then I believe was passing through Massachusetts. He was pulled over. He was intoxicated. I believe he got a DUI, but he had a firearm on him because he was carrying concealed using his New Hampshire license. But in the state of Massachusetts, their law essentially prevents that unless you get a non-resident concealed carry license from the state of Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is the worst. When I went up there last year, I had to put my guns in a locker because you can't have guns anywhere in Massachusetts. It's horrible.
So the individual here, Mr. Dean Donnell, challenged the state of Massachusetts law, which required him to get a non-resident concealed carry license from the state of Massachusetts. Essentially, he was challenging the constitutionality of this Massachusetts law, saying that he should be able to carry within the state of Massachusetts using his New Hampshire license. And he challenged this Massachusetts law using the Supreme Court's recent decision in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin. And we got a decision from a district court which said, yes, that is correct. As applied to this individual, the state of Massachusetts cannot apply their law, which requires him to get a non-residence license. Essentially, the state of Massachusetts should, under the Second Amendment, have to acknowledge his New Hampshire license. So this decision is important. It's only about 8 pages, so I'm going to read it to you. It's really critical and maybe the first domino that leads to national concealed carry reciprocity. Now, this is coming out of the Lowell District Court in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and this is the decision from the court. It states that the defendant, Dean Donnell, is charged in the Lowell District Court with carrying a firearm without a license under GL 269, Section 10A. And essentially, that's the Massachusetts law. The defendant has filed a motion to dismiss the charge in the complaint, claiming that, one, the Massachusetts law is unconstitutional on its face, so he brought a facial challenge. Two, that the Massachusetts law is unconstitutional as applied to him as a defendant. He also brought an as-applied challenge. That's going to be important when we talk about what this case actually results in. And then three, that the Massachusetts law violated the defendant's right to be free from cruel and unusual punishments. So those are the challenges that he brought to this match.
Well, I wonder why that third one was in there. I wonder if he got torture cuffed and he said that was cruel and unusual punishment. That would be great.
Massachusetts law. The court goes on to say in their decision that there is no question that the holding of the Supreme Court in New York State Rifle and Pistol Association versus Bruin has changed the legal landscape on how the Second Amendment of the Constitution is interpreted, particularly how it affects existing firearm statutes and challenges to their constitutionality. They go on to say that what effects does the Bruin decision have on the status of an ordinary, law-abiding resident of the state of New Hampshire who exercises his constitutional right under the Second Amendment while traveling in Massachusetts? Bruin articulated a two-step analysis in determining whether a law or regulation of constitutionally protected conduct is unconstitutional. First, courts must determine whether the Second Amendment's plain text covers an individual's conduct. If so, then the Constitution presumptively protects that conduct, and the government must justify its regulation by demonstrating that it is consistent with this nation's historical tradition of firearms regulation. To carry its burden, the government must point to historical precedent from before, during, and even after the founding that evidences a comparable tradition of regulation. Only then may a court conclude that the individual's conduct falls outside the Second Amendment's unqualified command. The conduct of the defendant in the instant case clearly is covered by the Second Amendment. Therefore, the burden falls on the Commonwealth to justify the law showing that it is consistent with the country's tradition of firearms regulation. The Commonwealth points to no historical precedent limiting the reach of one's exercise to a federal constitutional right to only within that resident state's borders.
Okay, so there's something, if you're not really, like I'm really following, I follow a lot of different gun channels, and let me play it back so you can understand.
Court goes on to justify the law showing that it is consistent with the country's tradition of firearms regulation. The Commonwealth points to no historical.
Okay, so that's what Clarence Thomas did. What he has done successfully on the Supreme Court is crafted this notion that the firearms laws have to be consistent with the nation's founding, what the founding principles were from that time. Why did we have guns? What were they for? What's the foundation of law? Like my favorite thing to study, right? And so this is what, when he talks about that, when he talks about what's the nation's tradition, this is Clarence Thomas all the way. He completely orchestrated this at the Supreme Court, that gun laws need to be regulated based on what the founding fathers and what the tradition of guns is in America, which is we are a gun country, as you guys can see. That's why I carry a gun.
Precedent limiting the reach of one's exercise to a federal constitutional right to only within that resident state's borders. The court goes on to say that the Commonwealth's arguments against the defendant's claim that the Massachusetts law violates his rights under the Equal Protection Clause because he can obtain a temporary non-residence license to carry is also unpersuasive. As stated above, the court says, prior to the Bruin decision, Massachusetts treated the carrying of a firearm as a privilege. While it allowed non-residents to apply to obtain a license for that privilege, non-residents were not treated the same as residents.
Right. So because I wasn't from when I was there, because when I went there, I wasn't a resident of Massachusetts, for me to be able to carry my firearm in Massachusetts was literally impossible. I couldn't carry it in my car. I couldn't carry it on me, couldn't open carry it, couldn't conceal carry it. I just had to stash my gun. Like, it was really bad. And at that time in my life was when I was getting so many death threats. I mean, I still get death threats, but at that time, wow, so many death threats.
Residents of Massachusetts obtaining a license were granted the license for 5 years. A temporary non-resident license was only valid for 1 year. The Commonwealth next argues that the Massachusetts licensing scheme imposes a permissible burden because of the substantial state interest in preventing certain people from possessing firearms. However, under federal law, certain people are prohibited from obtaining/possessing firearms. 18 U.S.C. Section 922G makes it unlawful for certain categories of persons to ship, transport, receive, or possess firearms or ammunition. And then they have the list of prohibited people under federal law. Given that there is already a federal law applying to the entire country as to who is prohibited from possessing firearms, the court is not persuaded by that argument. So here you are seeing this district court just not being persuaded at all by any of the arguments that the state of Massachusetts is putting forward for why a non-resident cannot carry concealed within the state of Massachusetts without getting a non-resident state of Massachusetts license to carry. Then the court concludes by saying a law-abiding resident of New Hampshire who is exercising his constitutional right should not become a felon by exercising that right while he is traveling through Massachusetts.
There it
merely
is.
because he has not obtained a Massachusetts license to travel.
There it was for me. I was in Massachusetts. You guys know I carry a gun. I got into Massachusetts and listened to what I was facing just for having a gun.
The court concludes by saying a law-abiding resident of New Hampshire
of California
who is exercising his constitutional right should not become a felon by exercising that right while he is traveling through Massachusetts.
Bang. That's it right there. I was in Massachusetts. At that time, I had two guns. I had my shotgun and I had my handgun.
Merely because he has not obtained a Massachusetts license to carry, which now, under the holding of Bruin, has to be issued to an applicant unless the applicant is otherwise disqualified. This court can think of no other constitutional right which a person loses simply by traveling beyond his home state's border into another state, continuing to exercise that right, and instantaneously becomes a felon subject to mandatory minimum sentence of incarceration.
A mandatory minimum sentence for me having my gun in Massachusetts, even though I had a lockbox in my car. I couldn't have my gun in my car with a lockbox, or I was facing felonies with a mandatory minimum for simply having self-protection on me. I had to put my guns in a safe place. It was twisted. I couldn't believe that was the law. I could not believe it. And now he lays it out so well, which is I typically don't show the armed scholar, but I wanted you guys to hear the actual law and what they were doing to people in Massachusetts.
Therefore, the court finds that GL 269 Section 10A is unconstitutional as applied to this particularly situated defendant and allows the motion to dismiss on that ground. And that is signed by the judge here, the district court judge in Massachusetts, which is John F. Coffey. So this is a state of Massachusetts challenge. I want to make that clear. This is not a federal court. This is a state court. And this is a challenge specifically to the state of Massachusetts law that they have on the book. And as applied to this one specific individual, this law is unconstitutional in the state of Massachusetts. Now,
right.
Why am I saying as applied?
So what we want to happen here is we want the same thing to happen in California. We want the same thing to happen in Iowa. We want the same thing to happen anywhere where there's tyrannical gun laws. So, and by the way, if you believe that most people are going to do the right thing with a gun, and I believe that most people who, like myself, take the time to go shoot their gun, to have a gun, to understand their gun, most people who have a gun are not going to snap and kill a bunch of people. It does happen, but most people aren't, right? So then by that logic, if you agree with that statement, that you think that most people who have a gun are likely not going to snap, and likely, like for myself, the idea of me having to shoot somebody is atrocious, but I have that. Most people who have a gun are not going to go crazy. That means the more people who have guns is a better thing. Even though we're seeing the gun violence amplified because they want to take our gun rights. Could you only imagine if they get our gun rights? Could you only imagine?
There are two different types of challenges that were brought in this case. There was a facial challenge, which is challenging the state level law on its face, saying this entire law on its face is unconstitutional. And then there's also an as applied challenge saying that this law as applied to this one specific defendant is unconstitutional. Now, ultimately what this court did decide is they said as applied to this one specific individual, it is unconstitutional. Now, a lot of people are going to question, okay, what is the broader implications and impact of this decision? Now, this is an important case. This is an important decision because it's the first time that we've seen a state level law on concealed carry being challenged, at least reciprocity wise, using the Bruen decision. This is probably going to be the first domino, and we will likely see more challenges to state level laws. But the broader implications of this is that this is a state level trial court decision. It is not binding precedent on all other states. It is not binding precedent federally.
He's warning you that in the state of California, you will still be arrested. He's warning you that in the states, I don't know them off the top of my head, that you will be arrested. He's letting you know that this court case is specific to Massachusetts, that it strikes down their dumb laws, but not in every gun grabbing state.
It could be used persuasively in other cases in other states, but it is not binding. Where this case goes from
no, in New York, it's over. Their gun laws are gutted.
Here is where this gets interesting. The government here, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, will probably try to appeal this up to the next level. And again, this is going to be a state level challenge. And eventually it's probably going to make its way up to the state of Massachusetts Supreme Court, or whatever their highest court is in the state of Massachusetts. And then we will wait to see how they will rule. And ultimately, this could be a situation where this application of Bruen could find its way up to the United States Supreme Court. And ultimately, the Supreme Court there would have to address whether or not their Bruen decision does in fact get rid of these state level restrictions. Does Bruen actually then lead to national concealed carry reciprocity, where every single state would have to recognize your out-of-state license? So
not just your out-of-state license, it opens the floodgates for everybody to be able to carry a gun. If someone's going to kill somebody else, God help us, that's not what you're going to do, right? Following Kant's philosophy, if everybody goes out and kills somebody, no one's left to live. It's a terrible society. So you can't go around killing people. However, criminalizing people for having self-protection, criminalizing having self-protection when you don't use it in a manner in any other way than self-protection, it just doesn't make any sense. And criminalizing concealed carry, if someone's going to have a gun on them and they don't want you to see it, they're going to conceal carry it. Whether there's a law for that or not isn't going to matter. When I was getting all those death threats, I carried my gun no matter which state I was in. I did not care. I was getting so many death threats at one time that it was like, I'm just going to keep, you know what, I'll just deal with the repercussions. And if I get arrested in whatever state I get arrested in, I'll show them all my death threats on my phone. So there's a long way to go on this. There's an absolute long way to go. Here, those are heroes. Those are heroes. Listen, you know, I want you guys. So I showed you the Armed Scholar. Go over there and subscribe to his page. I love his page. I love watching him. Thank you. You know, I took this took what was it, 28 minutes, because I had the meter for 30 minutes. It took 28 minutes. And in that 28 minutes, I also created this on Photoshop. And I created this on Photoshop so that I could show it to you. Your registration, insurance. I mean, if you put your actual driver's license in there, or a photocopy of the front and back of your driver's license, you've got to do it. You have to get it done. You absolutely have to be prepared, because you don't want to talk to the cop. You don't want to talk to the cop. This goes in your trifold. If you get an indestructible one and you show me this in your indestructible trifold and give me your order number, I'll give you $10. So that's how much I want you to do it. Because then when the cop pulls you over, it's in your trifold here, up here in your visor. Then this slips out to the cop. Your hands go in the touchdown position. Sorry, I don't know where my phone is. I'll use this. My hands go in touchdown position right here. And then when the cop pulls me over, this slides out of the rubber band, and I give him my license, registration, and proof of insurance. Now, everything by law I have to give him. If he wants my real license, it's in the trifold. I have it right there. But that's my real registration, and that's my real proof of insurance. I give it to him. Then he says, do you know why I pulled you over? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Show it to him and show it to him. I'm showing it to the judge. Please don't violate my rights and don't talk. That's what I want you to do. That's the interaction I want you to have with the police. In total, when you get pulled over, I want you to have this done. Your license, registration, and proof of insurance ready to go. This is what I want you to do. I want you to have it completely ready to go. I want you to have this in your visor with a rubber band. It goes in your visor. Then as soon as don't say any other, the only words you're going to say to the cop are, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Maybe you want to include, don't violate my rights. I'm showing the judge this for my civil suit. Who cares why I pulled you over? Who cares why he pulled you over? It does not matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You living is what matters. You're watching it. You guys are watching it. Every single person we see who has a back and forth with the cop, and the cop says you're argumentative, torture cuffed. All right. All right. So Al, Chille, you're not allowed to have a gun, sir. You're a convicted felon. Brother, that's fake news. It's just not true, dude. I'm not a convicted felon. So I've rattled off my entire criminal history on this show, on this video. So it's just not true, brother. I mean, I DLZ clips, I just want to set them straight. If someone's running around thinking I'm a felon, I wouldn't be able to carry the gun that I carry if I was a felon. So, because then the cops who don't like me would certainly arrest me. As I admit out loud, I carry a gun. It's just cuckoo, cuckoo. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I've been on here for like 3 hours or something. Long time. But we did some good stuff. We saw some good things. Let's keep going. We don't stop. Make sure you guys invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Don't talk to cops. My friends, Chevy, I saw you in here earlier. Dark Wolf. Mikey, what's going on? What is going on, my friend? How are you? Andrew, what's going on? DLZ Clips, everybody, get over there. Get over there. Jackboot Thug Pigs. Subscribe to DLZ Clips, the backup channel. Make sure you guys, everybody subscribes to the backup channel. Delete Lost Clips. Chevy Pie, what's going on, bro? Chevy Pie, what is going on? Floating Spirits, what's going on? All right. I got to eat dinner. I've been on here for 3 hours. I'm doing the 1 meal a day right now. That's why my body temperature is higher. Jeff hates pigs. Jeff hates pigs. I'm doing 1 meal a day. I'm getting skinny again. I'm getting no fat. I'm getting my fat off me. I don't want to have any fat. I want to be in shape. I want to be in shape. Jungle, good to see you. Gloria, stage 5 scholar. Man, you people just go to unbelievable. Just people are nuts. The Tribe, what's going on? Love you, KT. How are you? Andrew, good to see you, man. Good night. Tim, good to see you, dude. Nice to see everybody. Launchpad, good to see everybody. All right, I'm gonna get the flock out of here. If I didn't mention your name, you know I love you. I'm just gotta eat some food. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators. Mikey, later, Gators.